this maze, but I could love you forever if you'd meet my gaze. Don't fall in love with the man on stage. I'll be on in a minute, I'm just sharpening my blade. Don't fall for his flattering tune. He'll promise you the world until you drink that perfume. It's a highway, highway to the door. And a neon Medusa's got your heart. Sweet canyon lullabies. Don't look straight into its eyes. It's a highway, highway to the door. There's only two ways to make it in this town. One is to
Hello, welcome to stream. It is Tuesday and we are Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know, I'm not sure what the plural is. Japanese doesn't have plurals. Anyway, yeah, welcome in. I'm keeping an eye on chat because we had someone new follow. And I checked their account. I always get a little bit sus on certain account names. And this account was created yesterday. So they're either a really new person who's really keen on VTubers, or they're a bot. So I'm keeping my eye on them. Keeping my eye on them in case they show up and decide to be like, "Hi, I really like your stream. I'd really like to be friends. Join my Discord." No. Exactly. Ghost of Chopper de Mongol. Chopper de Mongol. Yeah, welcome in, Cassigator. How you doing? We'll get into it. I got a couple things I want to get done tonight. I kind of want to get my papa's armor, but also we're right next to one of the story quests for the Kensei armor, I believe. And while I do love my current drip, the orange armor is phenomenal aesthetically. This one gets me the Kensei armor, the Sword Saint armor. So I'm gonna go and check that out because that sounds kind of dope, and I like being able to chop things with sword. Ooh, bub. You can dye armors, that is true. Well, it depends. You can dye any of the non-legendary armors as far as I'm aware. So I don't think you can dye the legendary ones you get from the stories, but this one just in general just has an absolutely phenomenal aesthetic. So I think you can dye like the Ronin armor and the traveler's clothes. Oh yeah, more Jin butt. Reflect on. Oof. Reflect on the Mongols. There will be no lovey-dovey stuff here.
家が燃やされ、民が捕らえられ、殺されている。だが武士が滅びたとて、我らの規制はそがれん。
Why is my eye tracking doing funny things?
子供
Because I loaded up my tracking and it decided to do some funky things when I turned it on. Because so I use the Nvidia tracking in VTube Studio, which has, like, when you turn it on, there's this like little simulacrum of your face that it shows, like just a silhouette to show like where your eyes are and where your mouth's moving and stuff. And I turned my head a little bit this way, and all of a sudden the chin went like blah, like it was like huge. And I don't know why it decided it wanted to do that, because I haven't moved my camera or anything. It only did it briefly, so I'm assuming it was just like, you know, a glitch with the camera turning on or whatever. But that does track, although sometimes it doesn't. It's one of the occasionally infuriating things about VTube Studio is sometimes it decides, hey, I'm just going to do strange things. I'm just going to track things that are not your face. Oof. Oof. Alright, let's talk to this person down here who has a speech bubble. I don't know if they are the person I want, but they got a speech bubble, so that's got to mean something. Excuse me, I'm just going to invade your home. Ma'am, speak.
稽古台から竹をもらって荷台を直しました
I was trying to fix my wagon.
侍のものだとか本当ですか
That reminds me, that is a film I do want to watch. There is...
心を
They made a joke of it on The Simpsons, and it turns out it's actually a real film.
礼をいたしました
Um,
すべてお返しいたします
it's got, what's his face? Clint Eastwood in it. It's called, like, Paint That Wagon or
入
something.
間のことは無念であろうが
Gonna paint that wagon, gonna paint it good. Alright, find the musician Umugi. 70, 60. I wasn't really paying attention to what that woman was saying, but it's not particularly relevant. Ah, there's the musician. Nice. Oh. I didn't even break the door, no, but I wanted to be at least somewhat polite.
堺様こちらへお伝えしたい
Yamato, you do be getting around, my son.
どうした
あなたに語りを聞かさねば
A demon is going to kill you.
殺されてしまいます。
何を言っておる知らなどおらぬぞ
This guy's always getting into trouble.
その名は小次郎、不死身の男です。
He cannot die. Interesting.
今は
Mukashi
昔。
mukashi.
のありけり。痛く凶悪なるさがなれば、弟どもこれを殺めん
I don't know, I'm pretty sure I've dealt with the Straw Hat Ronin pretty successfully.
ゆうべまであまたの浪人小次郎と争えどもことごとく破れぬ命からがらその場から逃れし者は小次郎を恐れて再び挑まざる柱はこれを気に入りて鎧に息を吹きかける巣はたちまちに剣振るってやむことなし
A tireless sword arm, interesting.
剣の鬼へとなり発る
So he's guts. He's obtained the death armor, he's guts. Oh, you mean the betrayal? Yeah, I don't know. I kind of get it.
その小次郎に狙われておるのか気をつけておこう
それには及びません
I get it, like, because they're effectively outcasts, and what's his face, Yujo or whatever his name is, the leader of the Straw Hats, kind of made a pretty fair point where he's like, hey, chances are, like, you just screw us over as well, like, the Mongols at least offer us a chance, even if, you know, probably it's a foolish one.
遅すぎるくらいであるがな
あやつは初めて会う類の男ですもはや人ですらないのやも
I mean, I don't put this. It sucks that the Straw Hats are a bunch of traitors. I feel like I'd lay most of the blame at what's his face, Ryujo or whatever. I can't remember the guy's name. It starts with an R. I lay most of the blame on him because I think part of it was motivated by common sense of like, hey, we're not in a good place, and we probably would never be in a good place under the rule of the samurai, so, hey, why not take the Mongol offer? But at the same time, I think a lot of his motivation was also, hey, fuck you, Lord Sakai. Kenji, what do you want?
何をしておる？
Nani? I feel like he probably led the others astray.
祈りが通じました。
My prayers have been answered.
どうせまた揉め事であろう。申し開いてみろ。
I don't know. I don't know if Kenji is the best.
実は俗に
He seems to be getting into trouble a lot and getting me into trouble a lot.
返せばよかろう。
返します返します。でもおかしなところで落ち合うことになっちまって足の喉をかっ切る気なんですよ。
こたびは何をしでかしたのだ？
酒と薬をちょこっとだけ高く売ってその金で伊豆原から人を逃がしただけなんですけどね。
Kenji. Kenji is the worst businessman in all of Tsushima.
足は本当にバカだ。
Yes, baka da ne.
俺に尻拭いをし
Dame da ne. Dame yo. Dame ne.
襲いかかってきた時のために見張ってて
バカみたい。
下手に出てきてもらっちゃ足が恨まれちゃいますから。
お前も考えたようだな。こたびは。
I love that description. Your intentions were better than usual, you lovable scamp. Kenji's like a 3-year-old where you're like, okay, buddy, you tried. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, so Kenji being just a generally morally grey sort of individual. But I had other thoughts. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the dude being named Gon the Butcher or whatever, I find kind of interesting. I love the idea of like characters having reputations, because there was a Chinese drama that I watched on Netflix that I really enjoyed called it sounds weird in English, but it's the Handsome Siblings, and it's about two brothers who like get separated at birth, and like both wind up getting trained to be martial artists, but one of them gets trained by the they're called the 10 Demons. And they're like the 10 most wanted people in all of China. And they're all like criminals basically. They're kind of depicted as kind of semi affable though. Like they have personality, even if they are kind of scummy people. But some of them are kind of portrayed as not being entirely. Oh yeah, the drip is absolutely fucking immaculate. Some of them portrayed as not being entirely terrible people. What was that? Was that the delicate art of negotiation? Yeah, show and journal. Oh, I've got to go fucking back to talk to Kenji. I thought he told me to go somewhere. Anyway, yeah. Point I was getting to is the character of Gon the Butcher reminded me. There's a guy who's referred to as like the cannibal demon, because he supposedly like eats people. And so every time he like interacts with people, he always threatens them. He's always like, I'll kill you and eat your liver and stuff like that. But one of the big reveals towards the end of the show is he's like, oh yeah, I never actually ate anyone. He reveals that like he got into an altercation with a dude over like a matter of honor and killed the guy. And then afterwards, this rumor started that he'd killed him and eaten him. And because like everyone was out to try and kill him, like all the cops were after him and stuff, he basically was like, hey, I just let the rumor stick and it got worse and worse over time. And he's like, I didn't care, because of the fact that the worse it got, the less people wanted to come and kill me, because they're like, hey, we don't want to fight the dude who eats people. So he's just like, I just let it get real worse and like started to play into it and pretend like I ate people, because then people would leave me alone. And I was like, huh, like that's an interesting piece of backstory. I like characters like that where it's kind of like, hey, like it's a reputation that just got out of hand and you kind of went with it. Thank you for the ki, Castigator. The ki-ing will ensure shortly.
最初の品は坊主のとこの酒でした。
Kenji.
まさか盗んだというのか。
Kenji.
捕まっても多めに見てくれそうでしょ。
知恵を絞ったのだな。
そうでしょ。だけどあいつら僧兵でして。
Oh, fuck's sake, Kenji.
なぎなたを持ち出してきっとまだ探してますよ。
世話しない男だ。
そうなんですよ。厄介に巻き込まれてばかりで。
身から出たサビというものだ。顧みるべきだな。
So, interesting thing, right? In Buddhism, there's kind of the different dharmas, the different like incarnations of Buddha. Because the idea is that, like, because of reincarnation and stuff, the idea is that the Buddha occasionally reincarnates into this reality, and you know, people who ascend to the status of Dharma, you know, kind of become a new aspect of the Buddha. So a great example is Journey to the West, which is what Black Myth Wukong's based on. The idea is that at the end of Journey to the West, Wukong, the monkey prince, kind of ascends and becomes a new... Actually, no, he doesn't. It's the saint he's traveling with ascends and becomes like a new aspect of Dharma, of the Buddha. So I like the idea that one day Kenji will ascend and become the Dharma, like the aspect of Buddha of bad decisions. Kenji is just like the saint of bad decisions.
歩きましょう。
橋へ行け。
The saint of terrible logic.
探す。
では、もしもの時のための合言葉を。
He's just gonna say that as soon as he fucking sees him. He's gonna see him and be like, I'm so happy to see you. And I'll be like, ah, fuck's sake.
気にしろ。
Find a place to hide near the meeting area. Let me get some bamboo and some flowers. Hang on, Nani? Nani? You fucking what, mate? Fucking, and Mongols too. Ow. Spinny axe man.
Gouge his eye!
That's the plan. Many eyes will be gouged. Get fucked. Yeet. Ow, fuck off, archers. Thank you, Castigator. I am in fact partial to some sushi. Ow. Headshot. Nice. Where's the last one? Ow. There he is. Thank you for announcing your presence. And where are you? Where are you? Ah, there he is. Hiding. He's in cover. He's in the bridge. He's become one with the bridge. There we go. Is there anything worth stealing? No. I've become one with the water. Oh, Kenji. There you are.
また借りができてしまいました。
いくつ貸せば済む。
Yeah, you owe me a shit ton, Kenji.
酒ででも蔵ででもそれとも
ケンジ。
A nice hug.
せんなきことに命を賭すのだ。
船内なんて
Not trifles. Money.
金と寝床のため。
お前はタカを救った上、薬も配っておるではないか。
そんな褒めないでくださいよ。
お前には才がある。対馬を救うために力を尽くしてくれ。
Wait, Kenji has a talent?
そうします。
Sorry, I must have missed something. Jin?
賢人なし。
Honor is his specialty. Jin, explain to me, what does he have a talent for? I need to go to the hot spring and ponder whatever the fuck Kenji's good at. Also, why are my leg guards fucking up? I have an offensive charm. Nice. You have a talent for getting me into problems, Kenji. Okay, what next? Six Blades of Kojiro. Hang on. Mission told me of demon who wants to duel me, but first I must duel the 5 straw hats who joined him. It's what it takes. I'll accept their challenge. Toyotama. Straw Hat Assassins in Toyotama. Where the fuck is Toyotama? I'm right next to a tail. Well, I'm right next to that one for Yuna, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to do Yuna. Where the fuck's is Toyotama, like all the way up here or something? Shimura, Omi Village. Umegi. Uma Village. Yarikawa. Actually, yeah, fuck it. We'll go see Yuna. I wanted to get that armor, but I don't actually know where Toyotama is, so we'll go see Yuna, I guess. Then we can go north and go to Omi Village and get my father's drip. Oh. What little sword dudes on my map? Oh. These little sword dudes. Okay. I think I might have already killed one of those. Okay, in which case, why not both? But first, here's a bunch of Straw Hat Ronin that I can come and fight. Come at me, bro. How dare you show me the Shine? Icarus, welcome in. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm currently in the process of being samurai and being very bad at it. Oh. Ow. Okay, this man just fucking deleted me, but that's okay. I'm a ghost. A fucking ghost. Surprise. He'd make the oh. He'd make the big oof. Whoop. Give me them supplies. But yeah, how you doing, Icarus? Welcome in. It's been a while. Glad you could drop by and say hi. I'm glad you're doing all right. I think that's the current state of affairs. I think most people are doing all right, and if that's all we can do, then that's okay.
A shameful display!
Ah yes, thank you, Castigator. It was indeed a shameful display. I put that one in there specifically for Ghost of Tsushima. All right, let's go see the samurai dude. Watch and wait for more shameful displays. But yeah, I can't believe we've already gotten to September already. Where is the time going? I don't remember the 21st of September. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's getting towards the end of the year. Hang on, maths. Time is like a river. Something I can't swim. I'm just trying to remember because again, I think like around a little while ago was my 2-year streaming anniversary. I think so. Like February next year, I think, is my 2-year affiliate, which means I've been doing for 3 years, which is weird. 3 years. it's weird. It's snowing on Mount Fuji. This is sounding like haikus. This is sounding like what's his face? I'm remembering his name. The guy who did famous haikus. I'll remember it eventually. Or maybe I won't. Okay, let's just fight this man in the field of red flowers, which is again very Kurosawa. Let's fucking go.
した方が身のためだぞ。
俺はタチと共に育った身だ。そなたの命の心配をするんだな。
I've trained with a blade since I could walk. Too bad I'm bad at walking. Duel among the spider lilies. Yo. Welcome in, Proxy. Congratulations to our favorite orb for being the worst person to stream. Exactly. Oh. Exactly, Icarus. We must study the blade. While you were partying and walking, I studied the blade.
竜像の話、偽りではないか。
それはどうかな。
Oh, ow. Damn it. Haha, fuck you. What's that from Castigator? Is it a because I know I've seen it before. Is it fucking damn it I died. Is it what you call it? Is it Kamen Rider? I swear Kamen Rider does one of those gags. I've also seen it in something else. I've also seen it in like I think it was a Polish or a Hungarian fantasy drama. I remember seeing the meme on YouTube. The whole poison blade thing, and then the dude just fucking dies. Ah, damn it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that dude's blade was covered in a deadly poison. It's a thing. Ow, damn it. Fucking come here. I wasted that. Damn it. He's got a 1-2 on that. I didn't know that. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Ah, yes, the hero Yoshihiko in the Demon King's castle. Okay. Yes. I have heard of it. And I always forget about it because it reminds me of fucking Takeshi's castle. Damn it. Tried to dodge him and he kind of did the weird tracking thing. Okay, no, I just get fucking stabbed a lot. Ow. Not doing so crack hot this time. There we go. Oof. Hang on, let me check this out. I want to. How unkind to the bitrate are they? Okay, I missed that. Is it okay if you post a link? Give me a hot second, and then it will be. Give me like 30 seconds. Prox. Okay. Give it a shot now. I think it should work. In the meantime, I want to see how bad for my bitrate. Whoop, wrong button. Fuck, how am I so bad at this? Click the right window. There we go. Ow. Okay, well, I fucking died. Your man's fucking... Oh, yeah, okay, that really is fucking not good for the bitrate. Why is that so bad for the bitrate? Why is that so bad? In the meantime... Oh, Proxy, that's fucking adorable. That's fucking fantastic. That's me in a nutshell. Literally. Why is this so garbage? And on the beach too. How lovely. Why is this so garbage? Let me look at OBS and stuff real quick. Let me... Oh, wrong button. Ando, you're not good at pressing the right buttons tonight, are you? Okay, stream. Appearance, general video. Base canvas resolution 25. I'm wondering, did that get reset at some point? Because I thought I had that differently. Anyway, I will experiment with this in the future. It may be aspect ratio rescaling is the problem. But in the meantime, my apologies. You'll just have to put up with horrific red flowers. Like that. Maybe I will remember. Ow. The best defense is a good offense.
それはどうかな。
Ow. Swing. Ow. Get fucking stabbed. Ow, damn it. I'm back, bitch. Okay. I lived, bitch, blah. Get fucking wrecked. Yes, perfect parries. Nice. Oh. Ow. Come at me. Come at me. Ow. Why do I always dodge the one that I can block and try to block the one that I'm supposed to dodge? Keep getting he has a 1-2. Ow. Damn it. I was winding up on my own funky, cool, zippy slice. Ooh, ow. Get your guard broken, idiot. There we go. There we go. Get broken, idiot. He is now dead, and hopefully no longer destroying my frame rate. It's interesting because yeah, it must be just squelchiness on the stream. Oh yeah, the flick at the end is nice, and also all the petals now flying over this guy. No, the flick is nice, although and it's good for drama, but it's not the actual way to clean off a sword. Blood unfortunately is not that easy to get off a sword. Oh, there's another guy up here. We'll get him later. We'll go see Yuna. The actual historical way to get blood off a sword, according to samurai, is wet grass. Well, it depends. There's a couple of different ways. Wet grass, dry grass. Apparently, fresh horse manure is quite good. I'm like, okay, maybe. You know, I prefer not to, you know, have to do that. But I feel like once you've stabbed someone and you're covered in blood anyway, you know, maybe it's not that bad of an idea. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank you, Proxy. Thank you for embodying the true spirit of me. That's Ando's inner monologue at like 90% of the time. Alright, where's Yuna? Come here, it's Shobu time. Exactly. Well, but here's the thing, Icarus. So, the thing about horse manure is that it is actually different from cow manure. Horse manure is very, like, a large chunk of it is essentially grass, right? It's essentially, like, somewhat acidic grass. So that's part of the reason why they favored it, because of the fact that it is essentially just a lot of grass. Because that's what horses do. Horses turn grass into fast. Well, yeah, that is also true. That was a thing the Japanese actually do, which was arrowheads in particularly dog feces, because it would be more prone to the wound getting infected. Because why play fair when you can fuck people up? You could probably write a whole book on like the historical ways poop was used as a weapon. I actually have a homebrew D&D class that I bought. It was for sale for $2 on DriveThruRPG, and I bought it because it was funny. I think it's for Pathfinder, but it's it literally is like the class is Dungmonger, like you're a shit merchant. And one of your abilities is at base you have throw anything, and you can basically just throw poop at enemies. It's an interesting class. I'm not sure if I would call it good. But it's one of those ones I had a look at and was like, I can probably find a meme use for this. I can probably find it like a one-off campaign and be like, hey guys, do you mind if I play as do you mind if I play as this Dungmonger? Why can't I talk to Yuna? Yeah, let me move my horse out of the way. Maybe that will assist. Wait, Yuna. What's up? Why can't I talk to you? Oh, there I... Okay, now I can. She didn't want to talk. I can't go back yet. Who did this? Who the fuck do you think? Oh, we may have found your friend. Exactly, Cassiator. I was gonna say color spray, but the only color is brown. Oh yeah, speaking of, a lot of the recent things that have happened over the past couple of years with D&D proves that it is right and just to bully large corporations. Because they decided to fuck us over and be like, oh hey, for the new D&D 24 that's coming out, we're changing the website so you'll only be able to use the new spells and items on the website. You won't be able to use the old ones. and then we bullied them enough that they walked it back.
来るぞ
You motherfucker. Okay, you know, that was a bit excessive, but... Fucking get in the ground. Alright, big man. Big man. Oh, ah, damn it. Why is there always a fucking archer on the roof? Get on the fucking ground. Wing. Exactly, Proxy. This is not only necessary, but a moral imperative. What is that spear doing? All right, let me farm. Give me a second. I have to look at this. I have to acknowledge him, otherwise he'll be annoying me all night. It's like a small child. You have to give them a little bit of attention. No, we established that's Proxy because Proxy got the redeem. If you wanted to be the worst person on stream, Farm, you should have gotten in there first. You had the chance. All right. Yeah, it's looking all right, eh? Yeah, it's looking all right, eh? Still got to finish your base coats though. Get to work. I will reciprocate. Give me a hot second. Get my finger out of the camera. Interrupting my streams just to fucking message my friends. Chat, pause stream, entertain yourselves for a minute while I just, you know, just get it slide into someone's DMs. I can only win it back in Mortal Kombat? What? Oh yeah, okay. You can only get the title of worst person of stream in Mortal Kombat. Also, Icarus, elaborate. The Mongols themselves are interesting. What's interesting in particular? But give me all them supplies. Well, Icarus, maybe you should rectify that. I'll be honest. I've been over the past couple of years deliberately trying to make more time for my hobbies. It's part of the reason why I started streaming, because I was kind of like, if I'm streaming, it gives me an excuse to play video games. And then I also kind of be like, I sometimes paint minis on stream because it forces me to make time for it. My rate of painting is still not great. Why are you here?
私を死なす機会。せっかくもう子供を酔いつぶしたってのに、こんなことアルタンの耳に入ったらどうなると思ってる？まさか奴らに仕えてるの？死にたくないんだ。どうして戦わないのさ？私を置いて逃げな。あんた得意だろ。
Excellent. Continue putting down more base coats. All of the base coats. I wish to see no more gray.
悪いことは言わない。あの女を信じちゃダメ。
But yeah, I hardly recommend it, Icarus. It's a very relaxing thing. And I often get to points where I'm like, oh, I don't have time to paint, and then I'm like, no, Ando, do it, paint, and then I'm like, ah, it's so good that I decided to paint. This was the correct decision.
ユナに聞きな。よく知ってるよ。
お主にどのような遺恨があろうと、ユナの気持ちも汲め。
今さら遅すぎるよ。
Based and paint pilled. You know, what do you have for me? She said you're a bitch. That's what she said.
アルタンを巣から出すには焚きつければいいそうだ。
クロードなら苦もない。何をすれば？
アルタンの復讐を狙う。
Ah, yes, the ghost, the man who wears bright orange armor.
一から聞いたろ。あいつらの集落は川の近くにある。
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's always worth it, Proxy, because there are sometimes like when if it's late at night, I'll be like, no, Ando, this is the time when you should stop because you are getting sloppy. But yeah, it was very much a thing, particularly after uni. Like when I did my honors degree, I finished that and kind of found I very much had to start forcing myself to do things I enjoyed. because like I'd gotten into this mindset of not being allowed to do things that I enjoy because I had to focus on what I was doing. Ah, nice. Wait, Icarus, are they the new ones, the plastic mandrakes, or Duel Among the Spider Lilies? Very good. This the Jewel in the Drowning Marsh, very good. Jewel of Crashing Waves. Walls of Yarikawa. Go do this one because I want to get the armor up here anyway. Let's go Jewel of Under Falling Water. Yeah, nice. Plastic ones. I don't know. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Oh yeah, needs like sleep, but it's also one of those things where I feel like if I'm getting tired and I'm pushing myself, it's one of those things where I'm like, Ando, you know you're just going to make this worse. Like, you feel like, because sometimes I feel like, oh no, if I just do a bit more, I can get this bit done. But at the same time, I'm like, Ando, you're going to stuff this up and then you're just going to have to create more work by redoing it. Yeah, nice. I'm just trying to think. So, my advice, Icarus, as always, is kind of build the minis first, and then figure out how you want to paint them. I'm a bit of a vibes guy. I tend to be like, I'll just kind of think about it, and then inspiration will strike. But I think, god damn it, I fucked that up. Oh well. I also find that, like, once I have a mini in hand, it's often easy to figure out how I want to paint things. Ow. Resurrection. I'm Samurai Jesus. Ow. Damn it, he dodged my undodgeable strike. How dare he? Ow, fuck you. I live, bitch. Am I in the correct stance? I am. Where the fuck are you running to? Why are you running? Okay, there, we got him. We got him. We got him. We got him. But here's my other thought, Icarus, is like, if you were to paint them, what are we thinking? Right? Like, what do you tend to lean towards? Do you like reds? Do you like blues? Because there are some colors, like, I don't tend to like blue, so I kind of lean away from blue a bit. I've been trying to force myself to paint it a bit more lately. The one I'm stuck on at the moment is I'm painting a steam tank, and it's mostly done in metallics, and I'm liking it, but I'm just like, there's little shields on the side of it, and I'm like, what color do I want to paint the shields? Ooh, Foxden, Foxden, Foxden. Foxy boy, let's go. Let's go, good boy. I don't know, I like talking through my process with people. Because some people like playing out their paint schemes a lot more than me, whereas I'm just like, this looks kind of fucking good. Let's do that, let's try this. Yeah, shrine, honor the shrine. Yep, okay, the, yeah, that kind of like bluey gray skin that they have. And then the green flames and stuff. Yeah, that's fair. Because again, like, that's the thing, like, a lot of the official color schemes look good. Which is why there's sometimes where I get it. I'd 100% be like, yeah. Is that another fox that I'm chasing? Is that another? Are you just fucking running away? Where you going? Where you going? Where am I going? That's a good question. Because yeah, like the box art color schemes can be great. But there are some others where I'm kind of trying to figure out some other things. So like I've got a bunch of the Ogre Gorges for Warcry because they're phenomenal models. They're really good. And I put them together, and I didn't 3D print them, but I got some They're called snap plates. They're from Greenstock World, and they're basically just sheets of resin with detail sculpted on them. And the point is you just snap pieces of them off. They're designed so that they break along certain bits. And so you can just break them into chunks and use them for like detailing bases and stuff. So I got some that were like basically a bunch of skulls and like bones and stuff. And I used those for the bases on my ogres. So I have them all based and ready to go. I just need to figure out what colors I want to do. And I'm leaning towards kind of like a mustardy yellow color. Because the box art for them is like that very pale, like almost albino color, and I don't really want to paint that. I'm still trying to figure it out. But I kind of want them to be like kind of sickly and gross, so it's kind of thinking like a jaundice kind of color, because they're supposed to be like big, like flesh-eating abominations. Yes, Lamenters. I love me some Blood Angel successor chapters. I mean, I have Flesh Tearers after all, but yeah, Lamenters would not be my first pick simply because fuck painting yellow. On the upside, yellow contrast does at least make it easier. I think it's the Imperial Fist Yellow or whatever, the contrast paint. Very handy. But okay. Swing. Bring the next one. Swing. Another one. And another one. Congratulations, you played yourself. Why is this man not dead? There we go. I mean, yeah, Thousand Suns are rough, but Thousand Suns aren't too bad. I have a small force of Thousand Suns that I need to finish. I got them as a kill team, so it's the Warp Coven kill team. And yeah, like the trim on the armor is a bit of a pain, but it's no more of a pain than any other Chaos Space Marine, in my opinion. No, Thousand Suns aren't too bad. The worst color to paint, in my opinion, is not actually yellow. A lot of people like yellow is the worst. I actually think it's orange. Orange is hot trash, and I, for the most part, hate painting orange. I'm trying to paint less red because of the fact that I have a tendency to just default to, you know how to paint red, Ando. Just make everything red. What color should his sword scabbard be? Red. What color should his sword grip be? Red. You know, oh, what's this? Red. No, don't get me wrong, Proxy, don't get me wrong. I like yellow. I think yellow is a very good color. I get very tempted to paint things yellow. It's just that it's really fucking hard. Like, when you get a nice yellow color, it's really satisfying, and you're like, hot damn, that looks good. Give me that Sashimono banner. Which is why I do actually have, it was my first model I ever painted using contrast paint, and it's probably one of my favorite yellow models. It looks really nice. So I've got a couple of others that, again, look really nice. It's just, it can be a pain to paint, and also if you fuck it up, you go like, why am I stuck? Why am I stuck? Door stuck. It's fucking battle. Is this really the best place for a samurai duel? Ooh, nice, nice. Eldar Corsairs. Yeah, I've got a bunch of Plague Marines that I started like 3 years ago for Kill Team that are still sitting up on my shelf. They're like 60% done. I need to do the highlighting and stuff. I will admit, Plague Marines do suffer for the problem of having like way too much detail. Ow. Ow. Fuck you. Exactly, farm. No, like literally, it's like that. They call to me, and I'm like, no, I'm busy finishing other things at the moment. This is the problem with having too many projects, is that I finish none of them because I'll be like, I'll take a break from this project and work on my other project, which inevitably I will get distracted from by another project. I am trying to exercise a little bit more discipline. Swing. Get fucked. Perfect parry. Ow. Swing. Look at that. First try. Suck my dick. I do have to finish my awesome change bots, and actually I think my new ones might be showing up this week. I got the shipping notification for the 3rd edition starter box. So I'm hoping they show up this week, because if they show up today or tomorrow or Thursday, then I'll be doing an unboxing of them on Thursday stream. Yeah, I'd love to see Khorne Berserker rules for Kill Team. I don't know if they will though. Like, I think Khorne's one of those tricky ones for Kill Team, just because of the fact that they're so melee focused, and I feel like entirely melee focused warbands for Kill Team don't work well. I know they did the Striking Scorpions, but that's a mixed Kill Team because it's Striking Scorpions and Banshees and Dire Avengers. So I feel like they kind of balance it out by being like, oh, you don't have to do all of them. A final request. Maybe. Let's go see Lady Muscle. The family man. How wonderful, farm. You've really suffered from that with the timing, haven't you? Because didn't you order a bunch of stuff that then also like showed up after you left town or whatever? Didn't your paint show up when you were like, hey, I want my paint to show up so I can take it with me? Yeah, I don't have any of the new Khorne Berserkers. I kind of want them, but the thing is, I have enough unpainted old Khorne Berserkers. Because I have a bunch of the old ones on 25mm bases, the old ones from 1996. Come on, come fucking at me. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Where's number 3? Where's number 3? Where's number 3? Yeah, no, again, they're great models. They're great models. It's just one of those things where it's like, I can't quite justify them at the moment. I was a little bit tempted, though, because they just released the rules for boarding actions for 10th. And I feel like Berserkers in boarding actions would be a lot of fun. Yeah, and also speaking of Gallo Dark walls, yeah, I have all my Gallo Dark stuff that I need to paint. I have it all put together, and I filed it all so it's like all nicely fitted, so it all fits together and it's smooth and everything works well. I'm not surprised by that in the least farm. It do be like that. They keep releasing things that I'm like, ooh, Ando be tempted. But also you gotta remember that that's for old world, which means that like it'll be like, okay, Empire will come out what, like maybe February or something like that, and then High Elves will come out in like July or something. Like it'll be a while. But yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to slow my roll a little bit, just because I'm like, Ando, you have so many projects to work on, you don't need new things. But it can be tricky. The distractions do be real. Yeah, I'm hoping that's the case. I mean, like we've heard that they're getting a bunch of stuff because they did do the announcement the other week. And they did mention that the next 2 codexes coming for 40k are Eldar and, well, it's Imperial Guard first with a lot of Deathcore of Krieg stuff, which is okay but also kind of annoying. I don't mind Krieg. I think Krieg are kind of cool, but I do find like the fan base reaction to Krieg a little bit insufferable because they're always like lol shovel. Elaborate, farm, about which ones you didn't like. Because here's the thing, right? They might get some new models, but they probably won't get that many new models. My expectation for Empire in terms of what new stuff they get will probably be like some character stuff. So it'll probably be some like character models, maybe like a new Empire General or something like that. And then a bunch of the classic stuff's going to come back. I am hoping we get the engineer on Clockwork Steed back, just because that model's fucking hilarious. Defeat the Mongols, destroy the Black Powder Cache, eliminate the War Camp General, recover Sashimono banners. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of true, Icarus. That's always been a little bit of a problem with Imperial Guard. The problem, I find Guard are actually one of the hardest armies to design for 40k. Because so many people have different ideas of how Imperial Guard should be. Because some people are like, no, they should be mooks, and they should all be, like, really shit, and you should be, like, throwing waves of dudes, whereas other people are like, nah, they should be, like, more better. They should be, you know, actually, like, soldiers or whatever. So, I don't know, I think no one will ever be truly happy with it. Again, I like Krieg aesthetically. My main gripe with Krieg is just the fact that the fan base are always like lol shovel, lol Krieg guardsman with a shovel can annihilate an entire Chaos Space Marine army. Oh wait, he's the general. I see. I found the general. I've slain the general. Hang on, let me just set this on fire. Sir, I'm busy. Also, was it really so clever of you to light your sword on fire right next to the Black Powder Cache? Get fucked. That man got absolutely exploded. Oh fuck, it's a dog. It's a dog. My nemesis. I knew the dog was gonna kill me. Yeah, Vostrians are cool. I like all of them. I like any guard regiment is a cool idea. It's one of the reasons why I am a little bit annoyed by GW's whole no third-party model, no 3D printing stuff. Like, I get that they don't want you 3D printing whole-ass models, but like when people make conversion parts, so they're like, hey, I can now have my guardsman regiment that look like, you know, Mongol warriors with las rifles or whatever. There are so many fucking dudes. Jesus Christ, die. And also, I kind of agree with you, Icarus, of like, yeah, the PDF are mooks and the Guard are chads, but some people get mad when it's like guardsmen are not depicted as like elite Navy SEALs versus like World War I, you know, massed wave charges. The one I really am surprised that they're not updating is Catachans. Like, the Catachan models are really fucking old now. There are some newer ones, like the Command Squad and the Heavy Weapons team are a bit more newer, but like the basic Catachan Guard Squad is like 1998 vintage. It's over 20 years old. So I'm surprised that they're not being like, cool, here's new Catachans. I get the Krieg are popular, but I'm kind of surprised they weren't like, hey, here's some new buff boys. But yeah, we're getting new Guard with Krieg is the main chunk of the release. Yeah, I think new Catachans would be fucking phenomenal. I actually wouldn't be surprised if they did new Catachans as a kill team. I think that'd go really well. Yeah, no, and again, I get where you're coming from, Icarus, because again, in the day, there were a lot more regiments to choose from in models. And by the same token, yeah, Elysians would slap. I think people are a little bit disappointed with Elysians simply because of the fact that the hints for fuck off, dog. Ow. Did that man just explode the dog? The hints for the kill team thing with the Scion Aquilons or whatever they're called. A lot of people thought that was going to be Elysians because of the whole hints about drop troops and stuff. So I think some people are a little bit salty about that. I don't know, Elysians were cool. Like, they were a cool regiment. Break your guard. Break your guard. There we go. Chop this man. I mean, Catachans aren't quite. They're not quite Anzacs in Nam. They're a bit closer to They're Rambo. They're Arnold Schwarzenegger in Nam. Or Steve. What's his face? Stallone, depending on which interpretation you want. But yeah, buff 80s action heroes in Vietnam. Exactly. Break his guard, make him humble. There we go. Made him humble. Oh, squeeze under. Squeeze under. Squeeze. It's not how I do them. Don't you Tang Twang me. Ow. Ah. That man just walked up behind the other dude and just absolutely fucking monstered me. But I was gonna say, if you wanted Anzacs farm, and this is one of the good things, is that there are third-party stuff for a lot of Imperial Guard stuff. So if you check out Victoria Miniatures, who are based in Australia, they have a bunch of conversion parts for guardsmen, as well as just standalone like guard models. And they have the Van Diemen's World Regiment, which is basically all slouch hats and stuff like that. So you can do Australians if you want to, which is fun. But yeah, for Eldar, so the next thing coming for Eldar, and they said a lot of it's going to be Aspect Warriors, which I approve of, because a lot of the Aspect Warriors are kind of a bit outdated. My money is on, well, they've said Swooping Hawks, because they went Eldar will be swooping in or whatever, and so it's kind of like, okay, that has to be Swooping Hawks. I feel like Warp Spiders are more than overdue for it. And they could probably quite easily do, if they really wanted to, they could do Fire Dragons, Swooping Hawks, and fucking dog, I swear to God. They could probably do Fire Dragons, Swooping Hawks, and Warp Spiders all at once. I don't think we'll get plastic Shadow Spectres. I reckon they'll get squatted, but I hope I'm wrong. Because again, like, they were the first new Aspect shrine we'd gotten in a long time. I don't know. I would like to see plastic Eldar. I feel like Eldar do have some fundamental problems though that even plastic Aspect Warriors isn't going to fix. Damn it, that isn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to try and assassinate that man. Ow. Get your guard broken. Fucking die. Kill this man. Kill this man. Make him humble. Make him humble. There we go. Give me your supplies. Give me that Sashimono banner. Oh. That man be Tang Twangin'. Okay, yeah, okay, Rough Riders, yeah. Well, again, that's one you could probably do, because you could probably get the Rough Rider models, and get some conversion parts, because, again, check out Victoria Miniatures. They have a couple of different Rough Rider, like, variants that you can do. They have parts for them. They also just have whole cavalry models. But they actually have some that are similar to that, where it's more of a, like, cavalry rifleman than it is a, Tillin sort of thing. the other one that's also fun, if you like that sort of stuff, would be, there's a Black Library novel called Fire Warrior. Bully! Man, I miss Robin Williams. I don't know what this is, but Jesus, it's a big sea turtle. How you doing, Callie? Where was I going with this ramble? Yeah, read Fire Warrior, because it's quite good, and there's actually a guard regiment in it who are very much, like, American post-Civil War, like, American cavalry. So they have, like, the forage caps and the, like, rawhide jackets and stuff. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, Callie. I hope you get more sleep or sled, depending on how your spelling was correct or not. Going forward, I understand that feeling. I went to bed early last night and then managed to get less sleep than I had the day before. I don't know how I managed to do that. I was like, I'll be responsible, and then Body was like, no, you will not. No, you absolutely fucking will not. Get fucked. Whooped. Yeah. Again, I hope it goes better going forward, Callie. Turtles supporting turtles. Turtles strong. Continue to key eye this man. There's so many fucking Mongols in this place, Jesus. How about I rotate the camera so you don't actually have to see a wall? Get fucked. Don't set me on fire. Do I have to roll to put it out? I think I do. Get in the fucking ground. Whoop. That's not what I meant to do. Hang on, watch this, watch this, watch this. They're gonna come around the other side and then I'm gonna come back out here. He's gonna be like, where did he go? Alright, fucking... Yeet! Swing. In theory, this stance is probably the most overpowered. Oh, damn it, he dodged. He used the strongest counter that is known to man, that is dodging Ando. I will fucking kick him in the river. Fucking stop that. Let me kick you in the river. I'm trying to do the funny thing on stream. Cease. There we go. Get in the river. Au revoir to you too, Bubbles. Once again, we will re-establish the covenant of asking that you endeavor to not cause as much crime for your mother. I know you won't promise to do this, but I will continue to try. Excellent. The child has learned to sit up mostly unaided. Excellent. This means the child is at the perfect stream watching age. Get them an extra stream and get me an extra viewer. Whoop. I love how the Mongols apparently can't swim wearing armor, but I can. Ah yes, my favorite stage, the vocal potato stage. The dulcet tones of the singing potato. I'm behind you. I can smell you. So I'm involved in visibility. Oh, another Sashimono banner. Yes, please. 3 or 4 Sashimono banners. How has he trapped his foot? Has he trapped his foot through ill decisions of his own making? I love it when they do that, when they like sit on their own foot and then be like, how do I free foot? What have I done? My favorite stage is when they discover they have hands and they'll do something with their hand and then they'll look at it like, did I do that? And then they'll like go into this, like they go into shock. They go like, did I do that? I did that. And then they go like, I can't be trusted with this power. And you'll see they like put their hand, like they try and put their hands as far away from themselves as they can. They're like, I can't trust this. Ah, I see. I see. The classic dilemma of I have put thing on my foot, and now how do I get thing off my foot? I have been handed 2 items. What do? 404 error. Well, yes and no. Yes and no, Icarus. So, yeah, part of it was storms, that the kamikaze was a thing. Part of it was also the fact that the Mongols showed up the first time. They had some success. They got some initial landings in where they, like Tsushima in particular and other islands like that, where they did land and fuck things up a little bit, and the samurai were kind of not prepared for it and got their shit wrecked a little bit. But yeah, the advance of the Mongols was definitely halted by the typhoons, because obviously they're a nomadic land-based people. They don't really understand boats. But the second time around they tried to invade, they showed up in Japan, and the Japanese were like, "Ah, we're fucking ready for ya." And they done shit like building walls, because it turns out one of the really strong counters to a cavalry-based army is build a fucking wall. So yeah, the Japanese had kind of figured out how to deal with the problem in the interim. So the second invasions of Japan were, and I think there was a couple more as well, were far less effective, not just because of the storms, but also because they were like, hey, we actually know how to deal with these guys now. Okay, cool. I did banish that camp. Let's go. Let's follow the wind. But yeah, I do love kind of some of that sort of stuff in history where like things just fuck up for unintended reasons. You know, there's more than a few times where an invading force has been, you know, waylaid by a storm or something. Did that man just kill a peasant? Are you killing innocent villagers? Fucking come at me, bro. Well, yeah, basically. I mean, like the entirety of World War One, more or less. Like the Western Front probably wouldn't have been as bad as it was were it not for the fact that across those years, like from 1914 through to about 1917, there was unseasonably high amounts of rain. Like obviously rain in these areas is not good. Can you guys fucking not? Did you guys literally just slaughter all these peasants and fucking run away? You absolute gronks. Oh, that's right, I'm using the wrong stance. Fucking die. Get your stance broken, get your stance broken. Clap, 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 get beheaded, beheaded. Come back here. You fucking die as well. You better fucking run. I should check the inn for survivors after I've caught these motherfuckers who ran. You can fucking run, but you can't hide. Imperial force defied. Okay, he's dead. Where's the other one? Out. Out. Survive. Survive. Oh yeah. No, the Mongols were incredibly clever in the sense that they basically, when they encountered things that were good, were just like, cool, we'll have that. the biggest problem with Mongols as an empire was the fact they held on to certain traditions that were not well suited to holding an empire. The biggest of which was the fact that, particularly when Genghis Khan died, the Mongol tradition was that when a Khan died, all his sons had to gather to basically split up his property, basically. Which, when you had an empire that big, it meant that all his sons had to gather together and then be like, cool, let's divide up the property, which meant they had to divide up the empire. Like, there was no, hey, you're the heir and you're going to be in charge now. It wound up being kind of like, okay, cool, which is why you got the split off between, like, Kublai Khan in China, or like the dynasty, the Yuan dynasty that would be ruled by Kublai in China, and then like the Golden Horde, and then, you know, the other, I can't remember what the third one was called over in the West, in the Middle East. Yeah, the Ilkhanate and stuff like that. Yeah. So, like, you know, again, like, it was kind of destined to continue to fracture, just because of that.
誰か
Doreka. Dore.
あまり話すな
And there is some argument that if they'd gone further west into Europe, they would have hit more problems. Because again, castles, like proper European castles, are a substantial obstacle to a cavalry-based army. Like, again, they had siege equipment, but sieges are things that still take a long time. Save for later. Is this the inn we were at earlier? I don't think so. Oh yeah, well, everyone had a lot of trouble with Korea. I mean, to be fair, the Japanese tried to invade Korea twice and didn't really go so great. It's also fucking hilarious that, like, Japan tried to invade Korea, and this random dude was basically like, cool, I'm an admiral now, and I'm just gonna fucking kick everyone's asses. And this dude was based, I can't remember his name because I'm bad with Korean names, but based on his just general success rate, he is unequivocally the best naval commander in history. Like, I know the British be all like, Admiral Nelson, but no, this dude was literally like, I fought a bunch of naval battles and was defeated in none of them. Like, invented his own new type of ship. He invented turtle ships as like a hard counter to basically everything the Japanese were doing naval-wise. Yes, that's where the turtle ships come from. Because Korea basically, like, they had a navy, but not a very strong one. He basically was kind of like, cool, here's our new navy that I am going to invent and like, use it to defeat the Japanese soundly and lose in almost 0 instances.
今のは一体
梶原という男が我が館に刺客を放ったことが分かった。奴も犯人の一人だ。梶原の家はこの
He lives in this prefecture.
坊主が場所を知っておるが口を割らぬのだ。
それでは私が聞いてみましょう
Monk, tell me.
巡視無事で何よりだ
酒井様もご送検で
梶原というものを探しておる居場所を知っておるな
政子様はひどくお怒りのご様子であやつを殺めるのではありませんか
足立家を襲った連中とつながっておる証拠があるのだ
まさかあの梶原が一介の心優しき漁師でございますよ
Humble fisherman, as opposed to a boastful fisherman.
彼をお忘れなのでは
巡視話をするだけだ
本当にお話をするだけならば
I promise I will just talk to him. I cannot promise for Lady Masako. The family man. It's fucking, what's it? He was a horrible fisherman.
道沿いに海へと進めば浜に梶原の小屋があります
What was that in? I remember reading it. It was a book or something where a character was like, my father was a fisherman, He was like, my father was a storyteller and a fisherman. He was a great storyteller, but a terrible fisherman.
幸あらんことを雅子様。
いかにしてあの堅物から聞き出したのだ。私の言葉にはガンとして耳を貸さなかったぞ。
あなたを恐れておるのです。
恐れる？なぜだ？
時にいたけだかか
Did she just do? Okay, no, she didn't. I thought she stole my horse.
梶原の正体は残虐な男。かつては館の下男でな。有能ではあったが、いかんせん君近であった。多めに見てやったものの陰では己の妻と娘に手を挙げておったのだ。
と。外道めが家族に害を加えるとは。
即座に館から追い出し、その妻子を我が家でかくまうことにしたのだが、翌日には夫の元に戻ってしまった。
人は変わりません。期待したとて裏切られるだけです。
この道を進めば浜に着く。見つかるのは避けたい。
This game needs more fishing mini games. Let me fish, damn it. Ew. Let me fish. A man wants to fish. That's what we need. We need a samurai fishing game. We've had Eldritch fishing game. We need samurai fishing game.
あれが梶原の小屋でしょう。猛虎がおりますな。
一家全員すでに殺されておるかもな。
もしくは逃げ延びたか。行きましょう。
What can I sense? There are many games with fishing mini games. Not all of them good, unfortunately. The one in Monster Hunter is okay. Oh, I fucked that up. Oh well. This man dead. This man is now dead. Ow, I'm on fire. Man, these dudes take some killing. Oh, that's a lot of arrows. Ow. Ow. Okay, I'm dead now. I am dead. I'm on fire and I am dead. Was crime committed, Callie? Has crime been inflicted? Shameful display, Bubbles. Shameful display. Cease beating your mother. Whoop. I didn't mean to summon my horse. That was, whoops. I kind of just proceeded to... Now all of China knows you're here. Yeah, that one's always a rough one, Callie. As a fellow bespectacled being, I understand the difficulty of small children glasses. Hello, Maddie. Welcome in. Hello, Raiders. Time to poke the turret. That's okay. I will accept the poking this time, considering that, you know, I'm currently being stabbed by a bunch of Mongols, so at least it's less violent than that. I'll be with you in just a second. I've just got a bunch of guys I need to kind of murk. Is the lady Masako getting her shit wrecked? I think she is. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm a Beyblade. I spin. Kill this man. Cease. There another one behind me? There is. Hello, big boy. Good, he's dead. Okay. I've made you wait enough. Hey Sachi, how you doing? Me. Hey, hang on. Maddie. Oop, that's too many A's. Oh. See, my fingies no work because I've been using the controller. My fingies no work. Wolf vibing in bed. That's a mood. That's a mood. Ah, more Bravely Default. Excellent. How was it? Was the turn-based tactics good? Yeah, no, again, I understand vibing in bed. I don't get to do it as much as I would like to, but I very much... it's a mood. Whoop. Fuck you. Get wrecked. But yes, welcome in, Raiders. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Takama Ando. You can call me Ando for short. We're playing Ghost of Tsushima. I'm being very cool and not dying at all. I'm being a cool samurai who cannot be killed. This is not me coping at all. I'm glad it went well, Maddie. I'm glad it went well. As usual, Raiders, if you need to kind of do those life admin things, if you need to eat and sleep and you know, take your meds or whatever, mainly eat and sleep, by all means, go and do those things. If not, strap in and watch me kick dudes off. Oh, actually, ooh, can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Get in the ocean. Spleesh. We did it. You killed a pop star in your fantasy RPG? Was that necessary? You're gonna have all the fantasy Taylor Swift fans after you. You're gonna have the fantasy Beyonce fans after you. What are Beyonce fans called? The Beehive or whatever? Am I being an old man? Does anyone even like Beyonce nowadays? Exactly, Mongols are weak to water type moves.
梶原の妻子にそういないかと。
いずれこうなると思っておったわ。
猛虎が殺したのでは。
ならば梶原のムクロは。
But yes, I'm glad it went well. I'm glad it went well. I lost my train of thought. Ooh, footprints. Oh, that's a knife. Okay. Knife.
猟の道具です。
I had a train of thought. It's escaped me. I've been defeated. I've been defied. But yes, welcome in. We're currently looking for a man who's supposedly a fisherman, but is actually used to be a retainer. And a new emote, nice. Oh, actually, if you, I don't know. Can you see old chat if you rated in? If you scroll up, Proxy posted some art in chat. A link to some art that they did, and it was very cute. I highly recommend looking at it. I will see if it has been posted elsewhere later, and if not, then I will make sure it is posted elsewhere later. I actually need to return to the tracks. Where am I going? What am I doing? I am a foolish samurai. Yay, new emote club. I don't have any new emotes. I've been thinking about, I need to check what slots I have available. I think I have a bunch of animated ones left. But I need to look at what I have available and make some management. My only problem with emotes is I hate how they have tiered emotes. Like, very rarely do I see anyone with a tier 3 sub to anything, except for me. I have tier 3 subs to things because I'm a mad lad. But I always feel bad, like, gatekeeping emotes. I'm like, no. I don't want people to have to sub to tier 3 to get an emote. I want people to just get emotes. I mean, I don't mind the idea of sub tiers if you had a good idea of how to make them worthwhile. I don't, because I'm lazy. Masako, I thought we were supposed to just be talking. Jin, you are terrible at restraining this woman. Haunts. Yes, thank you, Maddie. You probably should sleep. I'll see you later this week. Yes, for those of you who don't know, we'll be playing Monster Road Trip once again. But this will be on Maddie's channel this week, so you should go and check Maddie out. They're very cool, very good at the voice work. It's funny, I feel like over the couple of months we've been playing the monster games, we've all kind of improved in our voice work to a certain extent, but I think Maddie's still the best. I think a winner is still Maddie. Monster Road Trip, End of the Road. Will Ando finally land his snake wife? No. Short answer, no. I don't know. I gave Sin her shot at getting Polly, and she's fumbled it like 3 times at this point. So I don't know. Maybe I should double down. Maybe it is Ando's time. To be fair, we've all kind of fumbled it. The only one who's had any success is Liz, which isn't a surprise at all. The Riz Master General that is Liz. Get that away. Was that some... Is that bamboo? Is that some bamboo I see? You got some bamboo there, man? What is it? That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Give me some wind. But yeah, I like Monster Road Trip. It's definitely different to the other two. And I kind of appreciate that to a certain extent, but I also feel like I wonder if it's easier in single player than it is in multiplayer. Because I feel like in multiplayer, because we have, shall we say, competing priorities, it can be harder to sustain the party. Ow. Damn it, I fucked up. Oh, I'm about to die. Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this. Wait, what? Why didn't it let me heal? That was weird. I had enough resolve left to heal. I think it just let me... Unless it treated the grenades as killing me, like when I was on the ground or whatever. Okay, it's very easy in single player. Well, maybe I'll need to do that. Maybe I'll just need to play it in single player to unlock some more of the endings. Unlock some of the endings. Unlock some of the waifus. Although last time was kind of rough because we kept trying out a bunch of the different hitchhikers and like none of them were good. Like having to choose between Damien and it was Damien and someone else, and they both had like pretty rough modifiers to our party. I'm here for the ancestral armor. Of course Damien fucked us over though. Like that's what Damien does. I got 2 things on my mind. Violence and arson. Waka-sama. I came as soon as I could after having done all these side quests. Alright, thanks Maddie. Good night. Sleep well. Come for my father's yoroi. This is gonna be like the... Oh, okay, no, I'm just gonna get the armor. Or maybe not. I was expecting to be like we're gonna have to follow her and she'd be like, I remember all these stories from your childhood, Jin. I'm going to tell you all these stories. Yeah, yeah. She's gonna lead me and talk about things. Records. Ah yes, as is recorded in the ways of ancient things. This bitch must be a spy. She's asking me all these questions. No, we also have the sensei. Yep, Ishikawa sensei. And Yuna. Why is I need to clean my controller. My controller's starting to feel scungy. I don't know why. getting that gamer hand feeling on it. Touchy.
お戻りで。
急ぎなのだ。ユリの世話をしてくれておるそうだな。
世話されてるのはこちらの方です。
太一や鎧を持ってきておくれ。
頼む。俺は墓に参ろう。
Pay your respects at the shrine.
申し訳ありません。
Here she is just scolding this man. I will say, I do really kind of like Japanese cemeteries. They have kind of just, I don't know, like I don't know, like they seem to blend with the landscape a lot. I haven't been to heaps of them, but I went to a couple when I was at temples and things. And like they kind of blend in with the landscape very well. Versus kind of Western cemeteries, which tend to be kind of very much clear cut. Like they're very, this is a cemetery, a space in, you know, the middle of things, as opposed to a space amongst things, if that makes sense. What do we have? We have reflect on, I mourn my father, leaves shade my father. This is all going to be about my father. Light for my father. And his grave close, his soul distant. We used to meditate here. Fought hard to return home. There we go. That one. Now I am alone. All things pass away. This old tree lives on. Yeah, that one's good.
玉のを消えて遠ければ木の実昔のままにてありける
Not my best one. I think my best one was still probably the death haiku or the fear haiku. The litany against fear. Put on my father's armor. But my drip. That's actually one of my favorite gags from, well, not gags, but like running bits from Ninja Slayer. Is the idea that like, because it's very much making fun of a lot of the like samurai and ninja mythos stuff. One of the things is like they constantly refer to this thing of the scrolls of ancient matters. So it's like ninjas always do this, as is recorded in the scrolls of ancient matters. And one of them is that like when ninjas fight, they always greet each other. And then it's when one of them dies, they have to recite their death haiku. So they always do that like when they die, but then they explode immediately after, and it's never explained why they explode. It's just the gag of he'll be like, you know, says his death haiku and then goes, oh, bah, just explodes, just fucking annihilates himself. And yeah, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. Oh, that's kind of cool. Dude, you dropped the mempo. You dropped the mempo. It's a very good mask. It's interesting armor because it doesn't have
どうした
sword it. It doesn't have shoulder armor.
いえ、ただめまいがしただけ。今若様がてっきり。
出てこい、卑怯者め。
中へ入れ。
Sakai mask. Sakai clan armor.
加減はせんぞ。
Come and fight.
しませんぞ。
Now watch as I fuck this fight up. Ah, we can upgrade it. Okay.
ユリ、
That may explain the lack of sword air. Standoff streak increased by 1. Standoff wins occasionally terrify enemies. Okay, interesting.
怪我はないか。
島の民よ。また槍川が面倒なことに。
槍川の反乱は二昔
The Yarikawa rebellion is 20 years ago.
奴らは猛虎の手下だ。
そうでしょうとも。あのような戦いぶり。まこと恐ろしい。はあ、休ませてください。
湖の木へ参ろ
ええ。ぜひ。
Hmm. That sounded like the start of a
う。
haiku
毒素
by the
を
lake.
育てていると言ったな。
Your favorite tree.
よけでございます。
量を増やせば。人も
Give me stronger poison.
人に使うなど
どうなのだ。
強力な毒はひどいものです。
うん。
ああ、殿。
Ah, this is where we dueled our uncle.
しばし座りましょう。
The dueling circle.
堺の者は毒など使いません。
猛虎と戦った堺がいようか。使える手立ては使わねば、これ以上の犠牲は払えぬ。
猛虎が若様を変えたのですね。
この世が変わったのだ。
母から教わったのは薬草と死にすら至らしめる毒草。食べさせねばなりませんが、いかにして毒を盛るのです。
吹き針を使う。
Ah, blowgun. Interesting.
唐国の僧がある源氏の武者に伝えた武器だ。
Interesting.
どうだ、ユリ。
Ah, welcome in, lobster. Strong together.
心を失われますな。
もちろんだ。
We're gonna get a blowgun. Interesting.
お生まれになる前から仕えてきた身です。断れましょうか。
I love that. I've looked after you since you were a small child.
まずは筒の
If you need poison, I'll make you poison.
湖の向こう岸、漁師の家のそばに足が生えているはずです。昔、足を束ねて小さな船を作りましたね。
Me and my little friend. Who's my little friend?
雄三とな。
Oh, Ryuzo.
その菅原壇の浦の戦
Okay, the guy who betrayed me.
ご用心、夜に明かりがついておりました。誰かいるはずです。
案ずるな、足を取ってすぐに戻る。
ここで待っております。
Travel to the old fisherman's house. Swimming time. Swimming in full armor. This is the way. Ah, cool. Right stick is submerge. Is that a haiku spot over there? It may be. What is this shiny thing? Oh, it's a Sashimono banner. I see. Yo. Oh, and a gift shrine. Lovely. 100s supply. Submerge these nuts. Ah. Avatar. You got me. I've been slain. I've been defeated. It's time for a fucking shogu.
ユリの言う通り、漁師の家は賊どもの手だ。
bandits, you say? Come here, bitch. Swing. 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 Number 4. Number 4. Another one. Ow. Wing. I kind of wish there was a parry arrow ability. Or legend storyteller. Where? Are you a man to assassinate? You are. Was I looking for reeds? I think I was. Nyum. Gather reeds for the blowgun. Where the yeah, they're around here. Aha, I see. Ah, yes, I see. I got them reeds. Return to Yuriko. I will, but first, there's a storyteller over here somewhere. Whoa, what's a word for nothing? Whoa, what's a word for nothing? Whoa, storyteller. I will say, having not played Guilty Gear, it still has an absolute banger of a soundtrack. I'm not really into fighting games, but fucking Daisuke Ishitawari, absolute banger of a soundtrack. Let me tell you the legend of the Tengu. Tengu. I'm right here. Swing. Swing. Can I kill the... Oh, I can kill the bird. Swing, swing, swing. Yeet. Where is he? There he is. Honestly, I think Wind Stand's a little bit overpowered in that you can just kick people on the ground and then murk them. Alright. Spleesh. I feel like maybe I wasn't supposed to swim across, but, you know, I did, so... Solving the quest through creative problem solving. Sploosh. Also, why the fuck did I have to go to get reeds on the other side? There were reeds right here. Yuriko, you old bat. Did you send... Why is she sad? Old lady, why are you sad?
Yuri.
若様、失礼いたしました。殿のことを思い出しておりました。
俺は忘れたい。
Try not to do that.
殿なりの情があったのですよ。
I try not to think sad thoughts.
もう良いだろう。吹き筒と針が揃った。あとは毒だけだ。
では参りましょう。こちらへ。
Do I now have darts? Also, I really like her horse. The white with the red bridle and the gold reigns. I actually really like that.
そうも獅子をも殺す強さです。
猛虎を殺せる強さにしてくれ。
Exactly. Icarus, you figured out stoicism. Stoicism, the life hack that is stoicism. There is a problem. It's not a problem. I feel much better. Wow, this shit's easy.
若様と遠出できるとは。
Just stop being sad, Fivehead.
あの子馬で。
若様は姿勢よく蔵にまたがって将軍様のようでした。
Shogun.
あらあら若様。
どうしたのだ。
若様はここで志村様を殺めかけたのですよ。
何？
You nearly killed your uncle?
確か3つか4つの頃。
Nani?
志村様が小太刀の扱い方を教えてくださ
Ah, okay, yep. Teaching how to sword fight.
蝶々に夢中で。
思い出した。叔父上の目を打ったのであったな。
志村様と殿は息ができぬほど大笑いされておりました。
父上が笑っ
I don't know. Chasing butterflies is a pretty good pastime.
お母上が病になられる前は若様にも笑いかけておいででしたよ。こちらです。
ござと焚き火。野宿するのか。
いろんな薬草を探す時だけです。では毒草を集めましょう。
休んでおれ。俺が積もう。
You! I'm just gonna steal your supplies, just casually. I am the local lord. Let me steal your shit. Alright, gather flowers.
種は毒です。食べないで。
子供扱いはするな。
Don't eat the
失
seeds.
礼を。お母上に花を贈られましたね。
母上は綺麗に飾って。
How about the intrusive thoughts of eat the seeds? Hang on, hang on,
これで十分。
hang on.
こちらへお持ち
Hang on.
ください。
Okay, sneeze averted. Sneeze has been averted. I think.
待たせたな。
いいえ。まず種を抜き取り、実を砕き、海苔状にしたら針を浸します。
効き目は強いのか。
納得いただけるかと。
Make sure the dose is strong.
できました。
この道で合ってるのか。
ばあさんの野営がこの辺りにあるんだよ。
Oh yay, test subjects.
書きます。
そこにおれ。毒の効き目を確かめるか。
あの侍、わしらの仲間を
What's that from? There's something where they do a blowgun joke, but it's the he breathes in and sucks the dart in and poisons himself.
このどこかだ。
急げ。逃がすわけにはいかん。
Watch this man just. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's certainly a violent death. I mean, he very well could be. I'm pretty sure it is the same voice actor, Icarus.
お怪我はあ
I'm
りま
pretty
せ
sure
ん
someone else mentioned that in another stream where they were like, no, it is. Like, the voice of Jin is the voice of Zoro.
案ずるな。始末はつけた。
若様は成人でいらっしゃいましたね。
俺もたまに忘れる。そろそろ屋敷に戻ろ
その前にこの場所を片付けましょ
う。あまり無理をするでないぞ。
う。まあ子供扱いとは老体のできることは心得てます。
他の毒も作れるのか。
全く落ち着きのないお方。もう一つございます。混乱と怒りを起こす毒が。しかし素材は何だったでしょう。
思い出してくれ。役に立ちそうだ。
Yay! We've reclaimed my father's armor. Ghost from the past. Oh yay, technique point. I got a shit ton of technique points. I should probably spend those. Hang on, let's just go. Techniques. Oh, we got the Last of Moon stance. Samurai. Wind of Health, Wind of Resolve, Wind of Charms. Delayed Strike. Yeah, why not? Ooh, the samurai.
何だったかしら。赤くて落ち葉？いえ、花びらがあったはず。あ、お花だ。あ、違う。思い出せない。あ、母上がいらっしゃった。
So it's got petals, but it's not a flower?
若様、
Nani?
何か召し上がります。
Unless it's a mushroom.
飯は結構だ。だが毒がいる。
I need no food. Give me poison.
教えてくれ。
花でございます。覚えておいででしょ。私が墓所で育てていた花。
Oh, they're at the cemetery.
掃除したのは覚えている。父上に何度も水を汲みに行かされた。
鍛えていらっしゃったのですよ。お体と祖先を敬う心を、花を覚えていらっしゃいませんか。
彼岸花か？
Spider lilies, you mean that field full of them that I dueled that guy in? That would have been handy. Proud do not endure. That sounds like some Game of Thrones shit. That sounds like, you know, where House Johnson and our motto is the proud do not endure. Ah yes, a poison that makes rats go mad. That's exactly what I want. That's the best way to get rid of rats in your house. Cause them to go mad.
どこで花を摘めるかよく覚えております。行きましょう。
この森、覚えがある。子供の時に来たような。
お母上の末後に。
母の死を受け止めきれず、この森へ逃げてきたのだ。
お母上はここがお好きでしたから。
日暮れまでずっと母を探したが、見つからず。 迷子になった。
Oh, my apologies. My apologies. We just gotta. Ah, damn it! I want to take the haiku. Oh well.
幾度も戦場に立たれたお父上が、あの時ばかりは一人息子を案じてどうしない。よもすがらご捜索を。もうすぐ墓所に着きます。
Not much further. Well, Icarus, it's a weird cross-pollination, but it has historical precedent. So, Akira Kurosawa was very influenced by Westerns, and Westerns were very influenced by Kurosawa, and this game is very much a love letter to Kurosawa. So the Seven Samurai was it was the direct inspiration for the Magnificent Seven, right? Like, and also, of course, The Hidden Fortress by Kurosawa is one of the direct inspirations for Star Wars, which is a combination of space samurais and space cowboys. You disrespect my graveyard. Come here. Fucking die. I mean, there are, in my opinion, it's that's what I'm looking for. Yes, it's unusual and it's fascinating, but there are weirder crossovers in the history of media. I just can't remember what they are because I remember reading about a similar one where it was like westerns became like stupidly popular in the Soviet Union or something. Yeah, singing crickets. I'm pretty sure. I think it was westerns. I can't remember. There was certain places in the world where like certain cultural things somehow became suddenly very popular, and so you wind up being like, cool, this is like the Soviet version of a western. Ow. Again, I'm not sure if it was Soviet westerns. I can't remember. But I remember reading about a bunch of weird stuff where it was like, hey, here are films that became popular in places you wouldn't expect them to be popular. To the point that they have like a whole like era of films made in this country that are like their own interpretation of that style. It's like Shakespeare. Shakespeare is remarkably popular in Japan. Where is he? Come here. Oh, this guy is not paying attention. So do you know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get stabbed in the back of the fucking head. I'm right here. Oh, okay. I was expecting them to come out and do a fancy sword duel with me. Instead, that guy just shot me in the back. What did I just launch that man? I've cursed him. I've tracked him in the void. Ando is popular in Japan. I wish Ando was popular in Japan. Have poison. Why didn't I get this last time I used a blowgun? Exactly, I've sent this man to the Shadow Realm now. I've freed him from his wall. I also didn't mean to use I meant to use the bow, but I was like, it's a good enough excuse to use the blowgun. I will say it was interesting. So I went to Japan a couple of times. Well, I have been to Japan a couple of times in my life. 2 of which were for high school. And it was fun because the first time around, so usually, so my school had a sister school in Hokkaido. And so usually we would do like a homestay. So I did a homestay once. I didn't get to do it the second time, because there was scheduling issues. But it was really interesting just like socializing with some of the Japanese students. Because like, you know, obviously being teenagers, you talk about teenager things and they'll be like, oh, Ando-kun, what sort of music do you like? You know, nani ongaku suki desu ka? And I'd be like, I like heavy metal. I'd be like, heavy metal. And they'd be like, oh, nani? And I'd be like, hi, you know, and I'd give them a bunch of examples. They'd be like, you know, like, nan desu ka? And I'd be like, you know, Metallica and stuff like that. They'd be like, oh, Metallica. Like they knew what it was, but they were like, they were kind of impressed by it. And I was like, all right, like that doesn't strike me as impressive, but if they like it, they like it. Also, welcome in, Yuki. Not of the Ronin of Kazumasa. Interesting.
なぜだ。
老頭と共に賊を追い払ったのですが、すぐさまお一人で追いかけられて、その後遠くから悲鳴が、夜明け前にお戻りになられた時は全身が
I wonder if this is why my uncle is so so concerned for us. Maybe I should call my horse instead of just walking like a peasant.
この湖に見覚え
Do I
は
recognize this lake? Yes, it's very wet.
落ち着かなくて。
お前は岩になれと申したが、俺は泳ぎたくてな。
岸からの眺めは格別です。若様、こちらへ。この老体を休ませてください。
We doing some meditating? Raise your hand in chat if you like to meditate. I do it from time to time. When I want to focus my mind a little bit. Because when I was learning kendo, that was actually one of the things at the start of each like practice session was we do about 2 minutes or so of meditation. It's handy. Helps center yourself. Good job, Icarus. Good job having a raise your hand emote.
騒ぐこの相手との。
母君が若様を身ごもっていらした折、よく散歩に。
そろそろ行かねば。
元服されてもまだ岩にはなれるのですね。
また座禅に来よう。戦の後で。
ええ、若様。
I love it. She sits down. She's like, I need a rest. And he's just like, bitch, we can wait after the war. Yeah, and again, that's fair, Icarus. I get that it's not for everyone. Like, I have a friend of mine who, I wouldn't say she's anti-meditation, but she gets annoyed when people tell her, be like, have you tried meditation? She's like, yes, meditation doesn't help me. Because she doesn't like sitting still. Her meditation is she goes running. Being in motion is more helpful for her. But again, it's each to their own. Like, I like it because it gives me a space to kind of slow down and think for a little bit. And again, I don't do it for very long. It's usually just for, like, you know, a minute or two. But it's handy. And again, like, yeah, it can be anything. Big gaming. Again, I like painting because I find painting to be very meditative. I think the problem with meditation is the fact that a lot of people describe it as emptying your mind, which I actually don't think is correct. I think it's just about aligning your mind. Yeah, I think a lot of it's I think, yeah, people phrase it in a way that seems exclusionary. But again, like painting and things like that, I think painting can be meditative. Even if you are actively thinking about what you're doing, you're still, again, you've aligned your mind towards a process. Human spider lizard. Also, I hear cricket. I hear cricket. But yeah, gaming can be meditation because again, it's you're aligning your mind towards a goal. Well, again, even with distraction is fine. Like, again, the way I'm playing this, you know, I have distraction in the sense of I'm talking with chat and then I get distracted by things in game and stuff like that. But at the same time, my mind is still focused to a certain extent. Now, I wouldn't call streaming meditation. Streaming is not my meditation. But it doesn't necessarily mean that my mind is disordered either. Yeah, exactly, Avatar. But I think the idea of emptiness, some people, it rubs them the wrong way because they go, hey, I can't not think. And it's like, okay, that's fine, but you can also meditate by thinking about something that isn't the thing that you don't want to think about, if that makes sense. You know, you can focus your mind and still be thinking, it's just you're thinking about a task. You can be thinking about multiple things at once. It's kind of just, I guess, it's why I use the term alignment. It's putting your thoughts in the same direction. Cool, I'm gonna get the rage poison. I can make angry men. Haunts. Alright, ride. I ain't got no time to wait.
前方猛虎がおる。
お待ちを。毒をこしらえてみましょう。
We're getting the rage poison.
どのような毒だ。
恐ろしいものです。人を獣に変え、
Causes
仲間
madness.
すらも容赦なく殺すようになります。
よし、頼んだ。急げ。
Maybe even 12 of them? 12 Mongols?
毒ができました。こちらを。
Hallucination dart.
私はここに。
Ah, 12 angry men. I see. I see. Why is this man suddenly swinging at me? All right, let's get all of them. All right, gang up, gang up, gang. Gang up, gang. All right, let's kill this archer. Oh. Let's kill this man. Why are there so many fucking eagles? Fucking is Gondor calling for aid? Why are there so many eagles? Damn it. Fuck off. Could you all fucking cease? Let me blow pipe. Oh, there are so many of them. There we go. Yeah, get fucking mad. Get fucking mad. Start stabbing each other. That's what I want. That's what I want. Why does it not work? Fuck. I am on fire. Ow. There we go. Big boy. Get in the mix with me. Ow. Big boy, get amongst it. Whoa. I'm pretty sure there is an explanation of why the Eagles didn't take them to Mordor, but I still don't know if it's a good explanation. Yeah, gunfight, gunfight. These guys are really shitting. I feel like the swordsman did more for me than this dude did. I love. Oh damn it! It wore off. Oop, I'm on fire now. Ow. I mean, to be fair, Tolkien came up with a lot of things. I've talked about this before. I am the sort of person who Tolkien would have hated as a fan, simply because of the fact that I am a big stan of Morgoth did nothing wrong. Eru Ilúvatar was the one who caused all the problems. Morgoth did nothing wrong. But by the same token, I feel like Tolkien, while he wrote fantastic books, also kind of spoiled us a little bit. Because there were like a lot of people be like, oh, Tolkien is the father of fantasy writing. He's not the father of fantasy writing. He's the father of, I would say, modern and very good fantasy writing. And I think his prose and his quality of prose legitimized fantasy as a writing form, but there were a lot of other like quite good writers before him. And okay, I didn't impale myself on the stakes. Very good. And I feel like he set the bar a little bit too high. Like, I'm very big on the idea of coming to accept mediocrity. A, being the poster boy of it, but also, like, there's so much in our lives that is mediocre, and that's okay, right? Like, even someone like Usain Bolt, sure, he might be the fastest man in the world, but in the period leading up to him being the fastest man in the world, he probably had some pretty mediocre performances. So I feel like the fact that everyone can like sets Tolkien as the bar of like fantasy writing does set the bar a little bit too high sometimes. And I feel like there's still this kind of reputation of fantasy, and also to a certain extent sci-fi, as being this like pulp genre that it's never fully been able to shake. It's like you're either Tolkien or you're a shitty pulp writer, and it's kind of like, okay, well, why can't I just be good enough? Exactly. The Eagles were busy playing American football. They were busy defending the Middle Earth version of America. Mongol gunfight. Huh? JT? Nani? Welcome in. Hello, Thrash Raid. Let me do the thing. And Kanongus, welcome in too. Hello. Hello, let me do the shout out. Let me shout out JT Thrash and then the underscores just so we get it right. Welcome in. How you all doing? Well, Borderlands 3. Nice. Was it good? I haven't played Borderlands 3. I've played 2 and I've played the pre-sequel. I like the pre-sequel. I had to, well, I didn't yell at people at work, but I had to get into a fight at work with, not a fight. We had a discussion about Borderlands at work, and I was like, you fucking heathens, the pre-sequel is good. Don't try and tell me it's bad. Space Australia is fucking funny. But yeah, I'm doing good, Thrash. How you doing? How was Borderlands? Ah, the DLC is nice. They've been excellent. I heard the Krieg one was interesting. I was a little bit disappointed when I heard it was like you're inside his brain or whatever. I would have liked getting to play as Krieg, because I really liked Krieg. But yeah, welcome in, guys. How you doing? We're playing Ghost of Tsushima. I hope you're all well. As always, if you guys need to eat or sleep or, you know, do other life admin, by all means do so. But aside from that, strap in, get comfy. We'll probably be going for about another hour or so. We've just obtained poison. We just made a bunch of Mongols fight each other. This is Grandma. This is Gma. But yeah, pre-sequel fucking rules. Maybe I should stream that at some point. The problem with the pre-sequel that I never finished the pre-sequel because I got to a certain point where I got it felt really grindy, and so people at work were like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Ando? What do you mean it got grindy?" But like, it got to a point where I was like, my guns don't feel strong enough, and I have some stronger guns, but in order to use the stronger guns, I need to level up. But in order to level up, I just need to grind fighting just random enemies. Soaring Ambition. So I think I might have just been underleveled. Who knows? Unbreakable Walls. Soaring Ambition. Unmovable Mountain. Soaring Ambition. We're writing some poems. But the works of men are frail. Endlessly flowing water. Stone abides rushing water. The works of men are frail. But yeah, I love this. I love the pre-sequel. Deadlift in his sick-ass spacesuit. Life flows into death. Is that the only option I have? Or are there others? Ah, there are others. Life blossoms and fades. Lords and clans vanish. There we go. Yes. Yes. Poetry. Poetry. Yes. Yes. But yeah, so explain to me, Thrash, with the DLCs, how many are there for Borderlands 3? Because I know they did like some DLCs for it, and then they also did Tiny Tina's, the spin-off game, the Tiny Tina's Fantasy Quest or whatever it's called, the D&D one. But I also know that the D&D one was also a DLC for like I think 2 or whatever. So I'm just trying to get my head straight about what's the sequel and what's the DLC.
志村様は城に執着しすぎだと正様はおっしゃっておりました。
4 story ones. Okay, the second one, which is the Hammerlock's wedding. Ah, I see.
力とは山
I
の
see.
ごとく大きく不動のものだとお考えなのです。
Excellent. Very good. Very good. Because I remember he was, you know, his sister was a playable character in pre-sequel. She was one of the downloadable bonus characters
大将は何事にも動じず強くあらねば。
with all the ice powers.
なれど滝をご覧あれ。動かざる岩はすべて水に削られる。力は我らの周りにございましょう。
Ah, is she main story? Okay, cool.
もう一つだけご一緒したい。
Because again, I remember in some of the games, different characters were there to a different extent. So like pre-sequel. So I played pre-sequel as Athena, and I know she has a fair bit of a role in certain things. But then I know one of the other playable characters in pre-sequel is she's a boss in number 1 or something. But she's like a relatively minor boss. And stuff like that. So it's interesting how different characters kind of weave in and out of the story. Are you dying? Old woman, speak to me. Have you got the ligma?
風が冷とうございまして。
ユリ、病か。
まさかとんでもない。
赤島に参ろう。クスシがおる。
他に参るべき地がございます。
We have to visit somewhere special?
どこだ。
近くにございます。
Yeah, how considerate. How considerate. Yeah, Nisha. Yep. Well, Sheriff in Borderlands 2. Yeah, okay, she's in 2. I thought she was in 1. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been a while. It's been a while.
承知いたしました。相変わらずお厳しいこと。
It has been a while. But yes, what prompted the whole Borderlands discussion at work was 2 of my co-workers went to see the Borderlands movie, and apparently it's arse. Apparently it's really bad. To the point of that there may be Neil Breen films that are better than it.
言えないのか。
Neil Breen, of course, being infamous for bad video game adaptations. I don't think Neil Breen did the Doom adaptation, but I know he did Blood Rain. Man, that's a franchise I want to come back. Blood Rain was fucking good. I liked her design. This is definitely not 14-year-old horny Ando speaking. 14-year-old Ando with a love for redheads, who turned into 30-something-year-old Ando still with a love for redheads. Yuriko, you're dying. Let's gallop to this place you need to go. Yeah, again, I saw the cast and was just like, what? Like, why are you casting these people for this movie?
覚えがありますか？
確か湯の近くであったな。
Yeah, it was a really, like, because again, like I don't think any of the actors who they cast are bad actors, except for maybe Kevin Hart. That one's a bit of an nah. But it's one of those things where it's like, the latter Avatar. They made a movie that cut out a lot of the actual Borderlands stuff. Like apparently the way they did the sirens is just absolutely hot garbage.
なんと美しいこと。
Yes and no, Farm. It depends. Some of them are tax write-off. Like, it's interesting. So I feel like, in retrospect, Neil Breen has gotten a lot more respect now than he did back in the day. And he was making jokes about Borderlands of like, haha, not so easy to make a video game adaptation now, is it? No, yeah, Uwe Boll, not Neil. Yeah, sorry, Thrash. My brain was thinking one, saying the other. Neil Breen does also make hilariously bad films, but no, I was thinking Uwe Boll. Uwe Boll. Yeah, no, Uwe Boll. Yeah, fuck. I've been saying Neil Breen this whole time, haven't I? I'm a fucking idiot. No, yeah, Uwe Boll. he made a bunch of really bad video game adaptation films. Apparently the Postal one's not too bad though. But he always used to, well, Yue Ball was infamous, because he used to challenge his critics to boxing matches, and he did actually box one of them, and he fucking won. That was, if memory serves, that was a YouTuber who was just kind of a bit of a shit heel. Find Yuriko something to eat. Yeah, again, I've heard the Postal one's actually not bad. But one of Neil Breen's big things he always used to say back in the day was, and people, it's not, no, not Neil Breen, fucking Yue Ball. Fuck's sake, I keep saying the other thing, the other thing. No, again, exactly Icarus, like, it doesn't clear him of the criticism, but the other one as well that he kept saying back in the day was, he's like, no one knows how hard it is to actually make a video game adaptation. Well, that's the thing, Avatar, because a lot of people made that criticism where they were like, oh, it shouldn't be hard, you should just make the game as a movie, and Yue Ball used to be like, it's not that simple. And a lot of people, because there have been a lot more video game adaptations now, particularly ones that have been kind of more successful, it's funny because a lot of people are actually starting to echo those sentiments, and Yue Ball is kind of being like, hey, in hindsight, I'm getting vindicated a bit here, and that people are saying, yeah, it's not that easy. I'm not abandoning Yuriko. Oh, the balls are the food. Okay, I see. Exactly. Well, exactly. Farms right. You know, studio execs and focus groups and stuff is a problem. I mean, it doesn't make you right, but at least in this case, the guy he boxed was a dick. Like, it was one of those things where it's like, cool, he's boxing a guy who's a shit heel. Where's my bow? In headshot. In headshot. Making bacon. But yeah, like a lot of what he used to say about and still does say about making adaptations of video games was that it's like, hey, there's things you can't do because of IP problems or because of like what the studio wants or because of budget limitations, and because of the fact that you're making a 90-minute film, you can't like necessarily cover all of the lore that a video game covers. I think it depends, Thrash. I think TV works for some. I think movies can work for other things depending on what the story is. I think actually movies do work better for some things. I think and it also depends. I think it depends on what you're doing, because if you're making this, because I think there's movies of video games and then there are video game movies. So like the Super Mario movie, right, that came out what, last year before? Yeah, the Super Mario movie that came out. It's not a video game movie. It's a movie about a video game, if that makes sense, right? Like that's one of those ones where it's like, hey, we know who Mario is, but we don't necessarily have to follow the game. We can kind of do our own story with it, which is kind of what they did. And again, I've heard okay things about Twisted Metal. I haven't watched it. The Cyberpunk anime was good. I think it depends on what sort of game it is as well. I've heard good things about Fallout. I haven't watched it. Did she go this way or did she go that way? Yeah, again, I've heard it's fun. The thing with Twisted Metal for me is the fact that I never really played Twisted Metal growing up. So it's one of those ones where I'm like, I don't know how true to the game this is. Oh yeah, actually, other one that was good, the Castlevania series, the Castlevania Netflix series, and the Castlevania Netflix series, I think, in my opinion, is a good example in that you can make a good video game story without necessarily following. You can make a good story without necessarily following the exact story of the games, because the Castlevania stuff took a lot of liberties. But I think that they were liberties to make it work as a show, and that's okay, so long as it keeps to the spirit of things. But I think the big problem is, particularly in Hollywood, as Farm was kind of saying, tends to dumb things down, because Hollywood, you got to get butts in seats. And it's a tricky thing as well, because I remember, I think it was Sam Raimi. Might have been Sam Raimi, I think, talking about Spider-Man, where he was like, you don't want to have a fan write a superhero movie, because if you have a fan write a superhero movie, they'll write it just for the fans, and no one else will understand it. And I have mixed feelings on that, because I'm kind of like, hey, you want to do it for the fans, but at the same time, I also recognize that you need to have a bigger audience. Yeah, I agree, Avatar. I think there's points where they went cheap lazy on the animation. I think there are also points where the story gets a bit funny. Season 3, which is really short, I thought was kind of dumb. And I had some problems with the ending to Netflix Castlevania. I'll explain. So I think the ending, they went with the ending that would make fans happy, in that it was the everyone lives and everyone gets a happy ending to a certain extent. I feel like it would have been more impactful if they had killed Trevor, but I'm okay with them not. The One Piece live action, yeah, I haven't watched the One Piece live action, but I've heard good things. Oh yeah, exactly, Farm. Dweeby fan takes is a big one. I watched Blood of Zeus. I didn't like Blood of Zeus as much. I haven't watched season 2. I'll explain Blood of Zeus later. It was Takama Ando who said that he would be a perfect Ninja Turtle. I mean, I could be. Ninja Turtles is another tricky one. Where was I going with this? Yeah, so the problem with the Castlevania ending that annoyed me was the fact that they split the storyline, because they had all this shit happening in, what was it, Transnistria or wherever it was, with Camilla and her girls, where, like, I don't think Trevor actually interacted with Camilla. Like, there was a whole thing that happened with that where I was just like, well, why the fuck are they not resolving these stories together? And also, Lenore, I didn't like her death, because the whole point of that plot arc, the whole point of those characters was, like, Hector and what's-his-face realizing that they're not bound by the past and they can choose their own futures. Like, that was it. It's all those characters realizing that they weren't bound by the past, they weren't bound by their nature, they could change their own path. And the one who perished from it was Camilla, because she was so obsessed with like, what she was, sort of thing. So instead of having Lenore die, I would have had Lenore's thing be, she goes outside to go in the sun to die, and instead talks to that Nightkin, the one that was a bug. Because he had that conversation with what's-his-face, with Isaac, where Isaac was like, just because you're a Nightkin doesn't mean you have to be evil, gave him the berry. I would have had her have the same conversation and had that Nightkin be like, just because you're a vampire doesn't mean you have to be what you are, puts the berry down on the balcony and leaves, and then have her not die. I think that would have been a better ending to Lenore's arc. But that's just me. Yeah, Percy Jackson. I thought the first Percy Jackson film was okay. They've done a series for it now. They've done a Netflix series or whatever, and I've heard that's okay, but I don't know, because I'm of an age bracket that was past the Percy Jackson films. Well, books. Do I remember? Oh. I will say the Del Toro Quest anime is quite good. Give me a Del Toro Quest live action series. That would be good. Give me that shit. Do we speak of Aragon in this chat? Oh, by all means, speak of Aragon in this chat, Farm. I was not a huge Aragon fan of the books, and the film was hot trash. Especially because they didn't make any sequels, so it just ends on a cliffhanger. Yeah, Del Toro Quest's good shit. My mum is currently looking for Del Toro Quest books. She's trying to find some, because she's like, well, she doesn't want to steal my books. She doesn't want to steal mine, because she's like, Ando, yours are good, and I don't want to destroy them. But she's like, give me a place that sells Del Toro Quest books so I can get them for your nephew. And I'm like, I will try and find, mother.
何が見えますか？
槍川への道
I can see all the way to
あ
Yarikawa.
の戦のせいで
I remember the war.
すべての家が不幸になりました。
金田の木
いつも城におられますね。
確かにな
多くのお勤
I
め
refresh my memory because wasn't Aragon the guy who wrote it? Wasn't he like 14 when he wrote it?
物足りなく思うのです。
I remember that being a big deal. He was like 14 when he wrote it. And to be fair, it's pretty good. It's pretty well written for a 14-year-old, but it was something like he was 14 when he wrote it, and then it came out that his parents were both in publishing, and that's why he was able to kind of get it published because they knew people. But to be fair, it is like still pretty well written for a 14-year-old.
よく詣に参って
I
お
mean,
ります。
arguably that's what you want though, Farm. Like YA fiction written by YA.
良き乳母を持って陣は下方者だ
Apparently that's a big problem in YA fiction at the moment, actually,
そなたには
is
何が見える
us. It's fucking millennials. Because apparently fucking millennials want to read too much YA fiction to the point that actual young people are like, please, we're sick of fantasy throuples. Please stop writing romantasy fantasy throuples. Meanwhile, the millennials are like, no, give me more. Write more romantasy throuples. We demand it.
えたものもやがて滅びるあたかも
Give me the summary, Euclid. Tell me of the book you started writing that you never got far on. You started writing? Started writing. Yeah, okay. Okay, Chris. To be fair, the one I did like in the Percy Jackson film was Hades. I loved how they cast what's his face, that British actor as, well, not Bill Nye, I'll remember his name eventually. Paul Coogan. They cast him as Hades, and I like that they kind of gave him like a washed up rocker Iron Maiden kind of look, like he was kind of that like deadbeat, like I think I'm still cool even though I'm 30 years out of date kind of vibe. I liked that for Hades. Let's go see her, and then we can go see that other swordsman. More trash romance books with Fabio on the cover. Refresh my memory. Are you familiar with our Lord and Savior Chuck Tingle? About a goblin. I see. You entered goblin mode. I am not. Oh boy. So Chuck Tingle is a prolific author of erotica. Chuck Tingle writes erotica, but thing is also Chuck Tingle is like, I don't want to call him a meme lord, but he is a very funny man, because you know how like a lot of erotic novels are like, you know, like ravished by the vampire or whatever, right? Yeah, so he writes stuff called like Space Raptor Ass Fantasy, or like and like they started out being things like there would be stuff like Tyrannosaurus Sex, or like My Wet Hot Allosaurus Summer or something like that. Like it'd be dinosaur romances, but then he'd start adding more to it of like what's the one, and he started doing like just stuff for everyone, including he wrote one for the asexuals, which was like what was it? Not ravished in my butthole by the Tyrannosaurus or whatever, because he respects that I'm not into intimacy and we're just good friends. Like that's the whole title of it. It's some really long thing. He also wrote an infamous Harry Potter parody that JK apparently fucking despises, which I love him for. Yeah, well, exactly. Chuck Tingle Cinematic Universe, and people have joked about that. There is a Chuck Tingle RPG. There is a Chuck Tingle tabletop RPG. Damn it! What do you mean? I cut through 3 bamboo. There we go. Yeah, exactly. I'm gay for my living billionaire jet plane 2015. Chuck Tingle again. writes phenomenal stuff. And the best thing about him is the fact that he's a prolific writer. Apparently, the reviews I've heard are apparently the erotica stuff is actually kind of okay, but also the fact that like he is someone who clearly he's writing these books sincerely. Like he's writing these books not just to be a cash grab, but at the same time he knows what he's writing is silly, so he doesn't take it too seriously. Like he just strikes this really good balance of like, this is something silly, but also I want people to enjoy this, which I think is very good. And he just seems to be genuinely a very, from what I've seen on the internet, I wouldn't even say he's a shit poster, Icarus. I think he's genuinely a very sincerely jolly man. Like I think he's genuinely like, I want people to have a good time. I want to be nice to people. Because all of his internet interactions I've seen with people, even people when people call him out, is generally like, if people are like, oh, Chuck Tingle, what a shit heel or whatever, he's generally like, no, like I don't want to get into drama with you. I just want to be nice to people and write silly books about like weird dinosaur romance or whatever. All right. Ah, fuck. Okay. Zanshin. Ah, damn it. I was too slow. Because again, like I feel like shit poster implies that there's a level of insincerity to it, like you're just doing something to get a rise, whereas I feel like he's making this stuff to be silly, but he's like, I genuinely want to make stuff that people enjoy, which I think's great. I love silly things. Damn it. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3. Damn it. We'll get there. Okay. There we go. I cut through all 7 bamboo. The Lotus Eaters Casino. Okay, yeah, I don't remember that part as much, Icarus. But again, I never read the whatchamacallem, the Percy Jackson books, so I can't vouch for it. It's the same with I never read Warrior Cats. I unfortunately, as a VTuber, lack Warrior Cats knowledge, because again, it was after my time. I think I've talked about this before, but I've said if I ever wrote a book, and I could probably write a book on a bunch of things if I put enough effort into it, but the trope that I'm sick of in books is yeah, and I get that. I get the nostalgia, because there's books that I'm nostalgic for. Again, Del Toro Quest amongst them, the works of Tamora Pierce, Robin Hobb. Fuck, I love Robin Hobb. Her shit's so good. I'm waiting for her next series because fuck, it's good. Okay, I hadn't heard about that Avatar, but again, I wouldn't act like I pay enormous amounts of attention to Chuck. Like I'm aware of him. I'm not like a mad. What do you mean you're nostalgic for Takama Ando Turtle Shell? You made me look, Yuki. I was like, hang on a minute. Do I not have my shell on display? Have I hit the hotkey to get rid of the shell? Oh fuck, it's a dog. Dog, one fear. But yeah, where was I going with this? Yeah, so you know the trope of like the death school, like the thing where they'll be like, welcome to wizard school. There are 100 of you. By the end of the second year, there will only be 50 of you, and by the end of the third year, there will only be 10 of you, and by the end of by when you finally graduate, there will only be 2 wizards left, and like everyone else will have perished. Like this way, we get the strongest wizards because all the weak ones die. And it's like, you know, oh no, I'm in wizard school and I have to not die in wizard school. Oh no. I've gotten sick of that trope because I feel like it's just stupidly wasteful. Like, you have 100 potential wizards, and you waste them to get like 2 wizards. What I would like to see, yeah, Spartan wizard school, or like just any sort of semi-Spartan system. Because even then, the Spartans weren't like that. The Spartans used the Agogi and stuff like that to try and like train people and stuff, but they weren't wasteful of the lives of their warriors. So what I would like to see is I would like to see a stereotypical Spartan. That's fair, Icarus. Exactly, farm. Well, again, in a lot of cases, it's usually a case of it's like you have to go to death school, right? Like you are compelled to go to death school. It's like you have to go to death school, will kill your family. But no, the one I would love to see would be welcome to death school. Welcome to death school. You will now be trained to be a wizard. And it's instead of it being, oh hey, a bunch of you will die before you graduate. It's no. It's like we have 50 people to train as wizards, and you will all graduate. Even if it takes you 20 years for you to finish the course, you will graduate. Even if we have to torture you and continually like just like, oh, you failed this year, cool, you have to do it again, and we're just gonna make it worse. Like the idea of it's like we will make you into wizards, even if we have to like basically rebuild you as a human being. You know, like we will cut away all the things, and by cut I mean literally cut away all the things we think make you deficient, and you will become a wizard. That I think would be a far more interesting plot. I think that would be a far more compelling thing of like, oh shit, like what have I gotten myself into? Well, exactly. That's exactly it, farm. You couldn't afford to lose Spartans because you were outnumbered by Helots, except for those times and when you went and purged the Helot population because there were too many Helots. Yeah, exactly. Once you're enrolled, you're not allowed to drop out. Like it's exactly like there is no dropping out. Is it fucking Jushin again? Wait, Jushin, why are we running into you every fucking time? Sakai-sama.
純真、今のは何だ？
人探しを頼まれたのですが、私ではお役に立てず。
探すとは梶原のようなものか。
見つけたのですか。
We did find him.
自ら妻子を殺めおった。
私はなんと愚かな。
力を落とすことはないぞ。何も隠してないのだな。
Oh, Avatar, I love that idea. That's a fucking great idea.
案ずるでない。
But isn't that basically the plot of Little Witch Academia? No. I don't think that's correct, Icarus. I'm pretty sure Sparta had at least one Helot uprising. Maybe a couple. I'm 90% sure there was at least one Helot uprising in Sparta. It didn't end well, but I'm pretty sure it happened. The problem with Sparta was they had no capacity to grow beyond what they were, because of a lot of societal limitations they imposed upon themselves, like the fact that they didn't write shit down, but also the fact that, well, that's true. Again, it didn't end Spartan culture overall, but again, a large part of Spartan culture was the fact that they constantly culled their Helots, so there would be no Helot uprising. But Spartan culture had a lot of problems, like for instance, Spartans were shit at trading, because Spartan money, at least according to the records, was iron soaked in vinegar, which made it brittle. So it meant the iron had like 0 value, which, funnily enough, is kind of like how modern money works, but back then, fiat currency wasn't really a thing. You needed your money to actually have value. Well, they faded for a couple of reasons. Part of it was also the fact the Athenians lucked down on a whole bunch of silver and basically were like, cool, fuck you, Sparta, we're gonna build walls. And Spartans were like, shit, we can't do anything against walls. But yeah, Avatar, wasn't that basically the plot of Little Witch Academia? Wasn't it? Wasn't what's her face Shiny Chariot? Wasn't she a witch who then obtained that scepter thing and was kind of like, cool, I'm gonna be a magical girl now? Well, that's true. That's true, Farm. That's true. Gotta clip them coins.
将軍を悔やんでおいでか。
あやつとは親しかった。裏切られ傷ついたのは私だ。いたぞ、マイだ。
浪人もおります。ひそやかに近づきましょう。
If memory serves, I'm not sure if they do in Little Witch Academia. Well, it depends. I think they like Shiny Chariot, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if that was necessarily the plan versus she just got it and was like, cool, I can be a magical girl now. I liked it. I thought it was mostly pretty good. But also, I have a thing for what's her face, Shiny Chariot / what's her face Sensei. She's a cutie. She's a cutie patootie. And also Studio Trigger absolutely fucking bangs. Oh, I think I mentioned this on another stream. Apparently there's a new Transformers project, like a new Transformers animated film that's being done, and it's being done by Studio Trigger. And apparently they wanted to do this Transformers project for a long time, so I'm like, fuck yes, hell yeah. Okay, just don't be seen. Very good. But yeah, I'm very keen for Studio Trigger Transformers. I'll find cover when I'm on the other side of the bridge. See? I found cover. Yeah. Again, I don't know if Studio Trigger would want to do 40k. The studio that I want to do something Warhammer related is the one that did Castlevania. Because I feel like if they did Gotrek and Felix, I think Gotrek and Felix by them would be phenomenal. Because I really like their animation style. I think it would go well for it, and I think if they did it kind of in a similar vein to Castlevania, it would work really well. I wasn't a huge fan of their original series. I wasn't a huge fan of Blood of Zeus. I felt like it had some story problems, mainly for the fact that they kept trying to make Zeus seem kind of like a deadbeat dad, but Zeus always seemed kind of reasonable, versus, like, they tried to make, like, actually, no, other way around. They tried to make Hera seem unreasonable, but literally every time, like, she was on screen, I was like, yeah, Zeus is a dick. She's right. My girl's right. And like there is some 40k animation that they've done. I remember what the studio that did the 40k stuff is. They did Hammer and Bolter. That was okay. They did Hammer and Bolter, which is okay. Some of it's bad, some of it's mediocre, and some of it's good. And they did the Interrogator, which was pretty good as well. But the monks saw her. Okay, there's a story here. Okay, so clearly this is a poem about her, the fact that she can see me coming. She knows I'm coming for her. Yeah, again, the Elder one was kind of rough. The Orc one, I wasn't a huge fan of. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, the Orc one I wasn't a huge fan of. The one in the library was really good. Yeah, the one in the library with like the Zench books and stuff was really good. What else was really good? Yes, the innocent civilians that were actually less than innocent. Yes, that one was really cool. Trying to think what else. The Callus and Toll one was okay, but I'm not really a Callus and Toll fan, so I'm kind of like, it does nothing for me. the one with the tech priest. The one with the tech priest I thought was really cool, and the Castellan robot. I thought that one was really cool. Particularly when she's like, I need spare parts to repair my robot, and she meets the guardsman with the bionic. I thought that one was really cool. And again, oh, the Death Guard one. What one was the Death Guard one? Oh yes, no, I remember that one. That one was okay. I thought it had some rough parts in some of the animation, but I thought overall it was cool. I thought the whatchamacallit, the Blood Angels one, I thought the main series of it was but the 2 extra episodes they did, the 2 extra episodes were really good. I don't get it. I don't get why the main series was mediocre and then the 2 special episodes I was like, oh, these are actually good. Yay, happy ending. But yeah, I reckon, so I'm a huge Gotrek and Felix stan. I reckon Gotrek and Felix, as animated by the studio that did Castlevania, would be phenomenal. And also it would work because they've already had Brian Blessed voice Gotrek in the games. You could, because it's animated, you could have Brian Blessed return to do the voice acting. Also, something I didn't realize until I had my nephew and niece visiting, Brian Blessed is one of the voice actors in Peppa Pig. He voices, I think, Grandpa Rabbit or something like that. So every time he's on screen, it's, oh, I'm Grandpa Rabbit. I'm just like, it's fucking Brian Blessed. I'm building a rocket to go to the moon. I'm also pretty sure he was one of the voices in the Big Knights, I think. I think he was Sir Morris or something like that in the fucking Big Knights. Brian Blessed is a treasure. I love that man. And I know he's in Kingdom Come. I will be playing Kingdom Come Deliverance at some point. And I know he's in that. Is she going to fucking kill her while I'm over here? Okay, no. I was worried they were going to get into a fucking argument. And I was going to be like, here's the heirlooms, and by the time I'd walk back over there, she was going to have stabbed her or some shit. Okay, she's gone home. I did actually see her leave. I was worried she'd be like, she's gone home, and she's bleeding in the grass next to her. I want you to know. Okay. So what you're saying is you're bisexual. And now you're by yourself. I've been enjoying that meme recently, the I think I'm bi, which one? Bisexual, bipolar, or bi whatever? And it's the, I know, he's a bitch. I'll need to post it in Discord. There was a really good Transformers one with Starscream, and then it's Megatron at the end being like, I know, he's a bitch. Bionic. The thief. Durable Nickel. The thieving cat. Charm of bludgeoning. Interesting. Alright, there's a man over here. There's a man over here. Let's go fight this man. Let's ride. But yeah, I think there's plentiful material for Warhammer stuff. I've talked about this, so I know they're doing the Amazon TV series with Henry Cavill, and that's probably going to be fine. I'm hoping it's good. I worry about it a little bit because I feel like both Cavill and also just studio execs in general are gonna want to be like, hey, we want to do Space Marines because Space Marines are like the big draw. Like, Space Marines are the poster boys of 40k. And I get that, but I feel like Space Marines are also kind of hard to explain to people who aren't into Warhammer. So I feel like if it was me, I would do other stuff, but also I'm a Warhammer fan, so maybe I'd choose more obscure stuff, but I feel like for live action stuff, or even for animation, I feel Necromunda has a lot of really good stories. I would love to see fucking Cal Jericho, because Cal Jericho, I describe Cal Jericho as Han Solo if Han Solo never came back at the end of A New Hope, if he just took the money and fucking left. It depends. They might do Ultramarines. I feel like if they were smart, because back in the day, so when they did Dawn of War, right? When they did the first Dawn of War game back in like 2005, they invented a new chapter for it. They invented the Blood Ravens, right? They came up with the Blood Ravens. And the whole reason why they did the Blood Ravens was because they were like, hey, due to licensing stuff, like we don't know about licensing things, and also we don't know if the game's going to be a success, and also we don't want to upset people, so we came up with a new chapter for it, so that way we didn't have to, like, it's kind of like how Watchmen, how when when Alan Moore wrote Watchmen, he you know, came up with equivalents to Superman and Batman and stuff like that, because DC were like, hey, we don't want you to damage our characters, we don't want you to damage the IP of the characters, the you know, reputation. Similar thing was, they were like, hey, we'll just create the Blood Ravens, and that way we can do whatever story we want without, like, you know, making the Ultramarines look bad or whatever. Fuck's sake. So in my opinion, if they were smart, they'd be like, cool, we want to do Space Marines, but we're gonna do, like, Blood Ravens or something instead. Because it's kind of like, they're a known quantity, but at the same time, they're also not Ultramarines. But then there's also the consideration of Ultramarines are probably a smart choice, because if you're trying to get people into the hobby, they're at least a known poster child. This was one of the problems Marvel had, was Marvel did a really bad job of aligning the comics to the movies. And Marvel did this thing that was kind of stupid. They called it, I think it was Marvel Now, and I think they did another thing for it as well. Yeah, exactly. You see the Ultramarines on the boxes, so they're the sensible choice. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, that's right. So Marvel did the bad decision of they noticed that a lot of people who were going to see Marvel movies were not the expected Marvel fans. They were like, hey, we're getting a lot of people who aren't just, you know, guys. We're getting a lot of, like, women and a lot of, like, you know, I guess you could say LGBTQ fans and stuff like that, people showing up, right? So they were like, hey, why don't we make the comics kind of, why don't we try and expand the comics a little bit to kind of draw more people in? So they did Marvel Now, which is where they replaced a whole bunch of the older characters. They kind of retired them and gave us a lot of successors to them. So that's why we had, like, for instance, Iron Man retired, and was replaced by Ironheart, who was, what's her fucking name? I'll remember it eventually. She was in one of the recent Marvel movies that I didn't see. She was in the Marvels or whatever, which is the black female Iron Man, essentially. And then they had, what's his face, Falcon take up the role of Captain America, that sort of stuff. You know, because the idea was to bring in these new people who were seeing the films. And in theory, it was a good idea, but it was actually a terrible idea because of the fact that a lot of these people who were going to see the movies had no interest in watching, had no interest in reading a comic. They wanted to watch the movies, but they liked the movies, but they weren't interested in comics, and that's fine. People are allowed to do that. But the other problem was the fact that they'd pick up a comic if they wanted to, and be like, cool, I'm going to read Iron Man. Where's Tony Stark? Or they pick up, you know, a like a Captain America comic and be like, where's Steve Rogers? Because the comics weren't aligned to the film, even though they'd done this thing to try and bring in more people. Because it wasn't aligned with the films, people weren't interested because they weren't familiar with these characters. Ratings for 2024 Transformers video games from Microsoft Studios have been found through Australian Ratings Board, Game 1 and Game 2. Yeah, I heard about this. There were some rumors. We'll see how it goes, because there was another game that was supposedly being done that was being based on, like, the G1 toys, I think. I think Liz sent me a video ages ago about it. But I remember then also seeing something about that being cancelled. Well, yeah, well, that's another one, Icarus, is that, like, yeah, comics has actually, in my opinion, for a long time been ahead of television in a lot of this sort of stuff. There's been a lot of stories that have been told that, like I have comics from the 90s that were dealing with LGBT issues and, like certain social issues and things like that, way before TV was even thinking about touching it. So yeah, again, I feel like it's that kind of stereotype of, and also as well, like minorities, like Spider-Man in particular was incredibly popular amongst the black community. And I think there was just this stereotype of comics being a very, like, straight white male hobby, that kind of led to this perception. Yeah, it might be War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron re-release, but I'm not sure about that, because I wonder if they're a re-release, would it require ratings? I'm not sure about that. And also, did Microsoft do? Oh, maybe, because Microsoft own Activision now, don't they? Okay. Well, this is all the way back here. We'll do that later. We'll go kill this man, and then we'll go back there and do that. Did you double post that, Icarus? Or did the internet lag or something? Because I got that one twice. But I 100% agree. Yeah, no, again, I 100% agree that, yeah, underestimation. Underestimation and people not appreciating the medium. Well, yeah, I mean, like, when you consider who was writing comics, like Stan Lee, right? Very Jewish man from New York. Very Jewish man from New York. A lot of the stories were very much about addressing, like, minority issues and things like that. Like, you know, the X-Men were explicitly about people being discriminated against in society. Which is why it does annoy me a little bit when you, like, a lot of the modern X-Men writing, they keep doing shit where they'll be like, oh, but what if the X-Men were kind of bad, you know, what if, and like, I get it, sometimes they'll make Cyclops a bit of a dick or whatever, but they keep doing this thing with Beast, where they'll be like, cool, we're gonna make Beast, like, a crazy person, we're gonna make, like, Beast, who's arguably one of the most compassionate of the characters originally, be like, cool, now I have cloned myself and I'm going to engage in, like, anti-human genocide. Why? Because I'm the Doctor character. And we need an excuse to make me evil. But, like, yeah, like, again, you look at the origin story of a lot of Marvel characters, and a lot of them are very, like, you know, like it was kind of, this is the story we wanted to talk about. You know, Black Panther being the first black comic character to get his own standalone series, shit like that. And I'm a huge Black Panther fan. I was so happy when that film got announced. Well, yeah, exactly. Nerddom has a lot of interesting things in it. And again, sometimes there are still some problems. There are sometimes still things where it's kind of like, hey, yeah, okay, this writing is a little bit questionable. Like the origin of Miss Marvel, where there was a whole thing about her, like, basically getting possessed by the power. So every time she passed out, she would, oh, samurai fisherman, I don't want to kill this guy, he's just fishing. Well, it's not just some people suck, but it's also, like, product of its times. Sometimes, you know, it was the 1940s, they wrote stories where it's like, hey, by today's standards, that was maybe not a great depiction of women or whatever. But I feel like, yeah, there's some far worse stuff out there. And there's even some questionable writing nowadays as well. But, yeah, no, again, generally I feel like the medium has always had some pretty interesting stories. And this one I find funny is when people complain, they'll be like, oh, comics have gone woke. Now, I think there is some stupid shit that's happened in comics where people have, like, made bad decisions in terms of, like a big one that keeps happening with, I find, both Marvel and DC in recent years is that, in order to compete with a lot of other media, they keep doing, like, for lack of a better word, stupid PR stunts. So they'll do shit where they'll be like, Marvel has hired an entirely female writing team composed entirely of like brown she-bears that yodel on command. Like, again, some completely utterly fucking random stupid idea. And it's stupid because it's done entirely for PR purposes. It's so that they'll get a headline, not so that they'll get good comics. They're trying to get attention through you know, any PR is good PR as opposed to actually having good things to say. Swing. Where was I going with this thought? That's it. Yeah, there's been some stupid stuff recently, but I had a point somewhere. I've lost it. God damn it. Because I'm too busy dueling this man. I'll just let him kill me and then I'll get back to it. What was I saying? What was I saying? I had a point somewhere. Fuck. Nope, it's gone. It's gone. I'll remember it eventually. Oh yeah, the people complaining about comics being woke when it's just like, hey, you realize, like, you know, there's all these stories, like, of, you know, Superman and Captain America being like, hey, don't be racist. Being racist is bad. Hey, don't discriminate against people because they're women. That's bad. Hey, don't discriminate against people because they're different or because they love someone you don't love. Like, you know, that's bad. And you know, discriminating against people is communism. I love how people are suddenly like, no, it's woke, and it's like, you idiots. It was always like this. Wing. That was my point. Thank you for attending this other Ando rant. Ow. Oh, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Ah, god damn it. How dare you stab me? That is not allowed. It's forbidden. They're not hard per se, they're just annoying. Ow. Fuck you. Get fucked. Surrender and you can live. Just go back to your fishing. Go back to fishing. You like fishing. Oof. Get fucked. Get perfect parried. I'm sorry, fisherman. It didn't have to end this way. Also, I love how Icarus compliments him on being well-mannered, meanwhile I'm here being like, get fucked. My lord, respectfully ask decline. Decline these nuts. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Fucking get wrecked. Online gaming of the mid-2000s. What a toxic race you have bred. Give me the supplies. See, this is the problem, or Frogs. It's the Frogs. See, this is the problem with Ando trying to play story-based games and also ramble about things. Is that I get distracted by either my ramble or by the game that I'm playing, at which point my ramble just completely derails and I'm just like, I've forgotten what the fuck I'm talking about. There was a point here, but I've lost it. I do worry just a little bit one day I'm going to genuinely get cancelled because I forget like what I'm talking about halfway through and leave it on an awkward point of like... Oh, I think I know. I think I know. Or maybe I don't. There we go. Ninjutsu. Ninjutsu. Whoop, that's not where I wanted to go. Go on. Jin. There we go. Oh. Show them what a 2008 COD Luffy sounded like. Yeah, no. So there's a British comedy series which was called the Scottish. I can't remember what it's called. It was basically like a series of short sketches about a Scottish police chief, basically. And there's one which is the chief. The chief tries online gaming, and he's like, "We've received reports about, you know, online gaming and like youth getting bullied in online gaming." So he's like, I've got some of the boys from tech to set me up an arcade station, which is like what the kids use these days. And, you know, I'm gonna go online, you know, to see what it's like. And he, you know, puts on the headset and he goes, "This is, you know, Police Commissioner John McCarhill entering the game," and then he just goes, "Yep, the abuse is immediate and." What was the phrase? It's the abuse is immediate and abundant or something like that. And so it's him being like, "Yeah, I don't think you should talk to me that way." And he's like, "Oh no, that one was definitely a crime." And then by the end of it, he's all like, "You little shit, I'm going to cut off your head and shit down your neck." Like, you know, he's fucking like gets full on abusive, and he's like, yeah, he's like, you know, there's a lot of abuse. It's like, you know, I was subject to a lot of bullying. I even did some bullying myself. And he was like, "This is definitely something we should take seriously." And he's like, "Now, excuse me, it's 10 o'clock, and I have an appointment with some 10-year-olds to destroy them on video games." And then it's him immediately, like, logging on to play COD and being like, "All right, you little shit, come here." It's very good. I'll post it in Discord after. But it's just, again, 2008 COD lobby. But it's also the same reason why, like, I don't play League of Legends anymore. I haven't played League of Legends in years. And I'm not sure if I ever will again. There are some times I miss it. There are some times when my fingers get a little bit itchy and they're like, Ando, you should play League of Legends. and then I remember that I'm a stable and well-adjusted adult, and I'm like, no. But I remember when I used to play League of Legends, one of the reasons why I used to play support was because everyone loves a support. If you play a support well, everyone loves you. Exactly, League of Legends, sentence death. Whoops. See, that's why I killed my horse then. My horse plays League of Legends. I used to play support because, you know, if you played a good support, everyone loved you. Even if there was one person on your team who insisted on being a dick. And there were plenty of games where, like, my bottom laner would suck and would complain and be like, oh, this support's really bad. This support, oh, he's so bad. And then, like, the whole other team would be like, shut up, ADC, you're bad. The support's fine. And like, I would just be everyone's friend. Everyone would be like, support's great, you suck. It was usually either my bot lane ADC or it was the jungler that people complained about. But it was just a lot of fun, like, doing that and just being like, everyone loves me. Everyone loves Ando the support. Especially when sometimes I would just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna switch. And suddenly play a carry. Carries were always fucking hilarious, where it's like, cool, everyone thinks I have a support. I am the carry now. I am in charge here. And it was such a weird, like, League of Legends was such a weird game in that a lot of people didn't understand the game. A lot of people, like, maybe I went a little bit further into it than most people do. 'Cause I didn't even play competitive, but, like, I didn't play ranked or anything. But, an area of overwhelming enemy forces. Imperial force defied. But no, my point was more the fact that, like, one of the supports I enjoyed playing was Bard. And the whole point of Bard is he's a roaming support. His job is to roam between the different lanes and kind of cover the whole team. I remember I used to have bot laners who would just freak out the minute I left and be like, support, where have you gone? Where have you gone? And I'm like, I'm doing my fucking job. That's where I've gone. And I'd get bot laners who'd be salty, who'd be like, this bot lane keeps leaving. And the other people would be like, fuck you doing? Like, of course he's leaving. He's a bard. It's what he's supposed to do. His whole job is to wander around the map leaving out health kits. And to secret tunnel, through the jungle. This a ways is where we need to go, I think. That reminds me, I need to watch Arcane. I know it's been out for like 3 years at this point, and season 2's like about to come out, or has just come out, or whatever. I don't know, I think I just didn't, because I tend to put off getting involved with popular things for a while, just because the fan base is often just a little bit too intense. The monks are in danger. Where is this fucking temple? Oh, okay. This is here. Oh, a monk and a fox den. Hooray! That man was no monk. Or maybe he was a monk. Interesting. I feel like that would have been a more interesting ending if it was actually he wasn't a monk, but he like gave his life to protect the statue, so he was worthy of being a monk or something. Namu Amida Butsu. Alright, let's go follow this fox. Charm of Divine Healing. And then we'll do a couple more things and we'll call it, because it is getting a little bit late. And Ando needs to be a responsible adult for once. Step through. Honor the shrine. Honor your ancestors. And then pet the fox. It's what your ancestors would want, Jin. Where did he fucking go? I don't get to pet this one. Fuck off. Yeah, I know Avatar, but unfortunately that's life. On the upside, I got my pay raise for the year, sort of. They gave me, it's really annoying. They still haven't confirmed if they're extending my contract, which I'm really hoping they do. But they at least gave me the whole, congratulations, here's your increase in pay in alignment with CPI and stuff. So I'm like, that's good. I mean, it's not a big bump, but again, it's in line with CPI, so that's good. I think it's actually slightly over CPI, which is nice. So it's, you know, I got to be a little bit responsible. I got to get my money so I can buy more things and stream more. Oh, fuck dogs. I think I have a surefire technique for dealing with dogs. Dog, come here. Fucking dog. Damn it, I was gonna kick the dog. Oh well. Ow. Yeah, he wasn't exactly, shall we say, a master shot.
このありさまを見てください。
尊ぶべき寺を血で汚すとは許しておけん。
連綿と続く知恵が眠っておる地に火をつけようとするなど言語道断です。
なぜ襲われたのだ。
ここは民の希望の地。大風が猛虎を洗い流すよう皆で住職を祈っておりました。
Pray for the storm.
住職は消え、豊玉随一の宝、寺のご本尊まで奪われる始末。兄が生きていれば、僧たちが逃げ出すことなどなかったのに。
兄君に代わり寺を救おう。
ご本尊は猛虎に盗まれました。
住職は
近しい僧と避難を。無事だといいのですが。
Interesting. Also, that looks like a climbing challenge on the roof.
皆を手当てします。
Hang on, let's talk to this monk. Monkey. Tell me things. The Mongols are afraid of bathing.
硫黄の匂いを嫌うのか、浸かると病になると思っておるのか。
恐れたままでいてほしいものです。対馬の湯には力が湧き上がる不思議な紅葉がありますのでね。
俺も探してみよ
う。Alright, how can I get on this roof? Is this another guy to talk to? There's so many guys to talk to around here. Wait, are you telling me what? Didn't I just have this conversation? Didn't I just have this conversation? Why are you telling me that Mongols don't like to bathe? Apparently, oh, okay, he's telling me where another hot spring is. I see. Okay, let's just. Let me guess. This guy's gonna tell me that Mongols don't like to bathe.
猛虎は湯を恐れているのか。
3 for 3. Fucking got him.
硫黄の匂いを嫌うのか、浸かると病になると思っておるの。
Can I skip this? No, I
まま
can't.
でいてほしいものです。対馬の湯には力が湧き上がる不思議な紅葉がありますのでね。
俺も探してみよう。
大風が過ぎた後でも我々は生き延びている。
Maybe you can't climb the roof. Because the shot they were showing had like a thing up on the roof that looked like it was something you could get. Okay, what have we got in here? Okay, so that's the quest to get the Buddha back. And I think this is the quest to get the abbot back.
孔明様は無事でしょうか。
Alright, I think we'll call it here. Just because I'm like, these two quests I think will take too much time. So, let me just do a quick cheeky save. And then we'll go and find someone to raid. Hoomst. Back to Twitch. Oh, there's an Astrid. That's tempting. Let me check this one real quick. I don't care about collabs. Yeah, no, maybe not for that one. Let me just whomst else. It's all the big people are on tonight. Thanks, Icarus. Thanks for dropping by. Let's see whomst is on. We got freemium. Got someone whose name is in Thai. Yeah, let's go see Astrid. I like to bother the Astrid. But yes, we'll be back, not tomorrow, we'll be back Thursday. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but it'll definitely be a thing. Or also, if you want to, I do have this, if you have the emotes to use, if you have the subscriptions. But yeah, we'll go see Astrid. And then, actually, do we want to, okay, no, person is sleeping. Okay, no. I was gonna say, do we want to raid Miranda? But no, they're asleep. Why must folks always be asleep? But anyway, we'll go see Astrid and say hi. And then yeah, Thursday we'll be back. And don't know what I'm doing. And then Friday will be over on Maddie's channel. That's about it. Alright. And yeah, I don't think we're doing anything else this week. I don't think we're doing any collabs on Saturday or anything. So yeah, I'll send you over there and we'll see you on Thursday. Bye.